Hello everybody! I hope you're all doing well. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can hear the music, if you can hear the fan. Can you hear any of the above? It looks like you should be hearing the mic, of which there is none. One of the cameras is picking it up. But, oh, and I didn't put the chat on my phone, so I'm going to be looking over there a bit. But, so, hello Petunia, hello Maho, Quakers, Omega. Let's see, so yesterday your brother found a kitten lying around in our backyard and we decided to take care of it. This morning we realized that the kitty belonged to an owner. Petunia, I have news about kitties as well. You can hear me and the fan, but not the music. Alright, well, we got some of the stuff. Let's fix that, because I cannot stand when streams don't have music. So let's see if I can fix that real quick. And try that. And does it... Oh, whoa, sorry. What's that? There we go. Alright, can you hear it now? And how loud is it? Is it too loud? Or should I, yeah. You tell me. But, by the way, any of y'all's thoughts about the new Girls and Panzer trailer? I did not see the new Girls and Panzer trailer. I've had many a thing going on. All very good things. Kinda crazy things, to be honest. But, you don't hear the music, but everything is good. Awesome. Well, now, hopefully the music is good. There's quite a big delay here from when I'm seeing chat here. Let me get my phone. Let me get my phone going so we can see the chat on there, too. And then, let's see, that way, hopefully that'll be quicker. I meant to make a thumbnail, by the way, for this stream. I did not have time to do it. My daughters were having issues going to sleep tonight. Which happens. That's just how kids are. So that's why I just put the kit, a picture of it. But, let's see. There is no music for you still? Really? Where is it playing the music then? Interesting. Let's see, properties. Should place, do. Huh. Well, that's really annoying. Same. I can never figure. One of these days I'll do stream and it'll work properly. Alright, let's just undo that. I'll add it as a new thing. That might work. That's fine. Yeah, media source. Why not? Let's do that. And loop. Oh. Did you hear that? All good. I did not see the thumbnail. I just clicked the live logo. Hey, that works too. The thumbnail really is. I just heard it. It was the Ushka music. Is it the Ushka? Is that okay? It's really quiet? Alright, I'll turn it up to there. Does that work? Can you hear me? I got what you meant, Omega. You heard that. Alright, hold on. There's so much of a delay. Hold on. Let me get this up. There's so much of a delay, I'm like, I don't know if I'm like moving it, if now it's super loud or not. Hold on. I could actually listen to it here. I feel kind of silly. I could figure it out for myself, couldn't I? If it loaded. You hear the music. Okay. We are good then. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, we're good. It took me a second, like, listening to myself try to figure it out. Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties per usual. Where shall I put this? Where shall I put this? It'll probably fall down, but we shall put it there. So, anywho, how have you all been? I hope you've been well. Before we start building, I wanted to show you guys what came in the mail. So, my old glasses case was falling apart, and I want to make like a short form video about these cases. So I did get more than one because I figured I'm going to be getting new glasses anyways. And I want to try and repair my old glasses. So theoretically I'll have 3 pairs of glasses. But look at these. Can you please turn it down a little? Yes. There you go. Is that better? Hello, Mio. Hope you're doing well. But yes, so I got this glasses case. These are my glasses, which we won't be using, but check it out. Best part of these cases, I got 3, I think. I think I got, because I got Saunders, I think I got Anzio, and then I got BC Freedom. Check out the little, like, eyeglass cleaner. Isn't that adorable? I was so happy. Life is a roller coaster, and I am along for the ride. My new job is casual, so I have some days off randomly, like today. Nice, Omega. That's cool. Very nice. But glad to hear. So you're enjoying your job then? Because I know last time you had just gotten a new job, right? I hope that's right. My brain is so scrambled. But yes. So I thought this was really cute. So all of them come with these. These are actually from the ORI store, I'm gonna say. It's like from actually the official merch website. Murica, yes! Oh yes, and happy late 4th of July. I didn't post anything, I was celebrating with my family, but it's got the Girls and Panzer like little... Well, you can't see that at all pretty much, but there is a logo in there. That looks really cool. Thank you. Yeah, I really like it. I like the blue interior too. I don't know. It looks very crisp, very sharp. I appreciate it. As for Maho, everything is going well for you. You got a laptop and got OBS, trying to figure out how it works. Hey, that's what I use. I use OBS. I've done it before, but 2 years ago, a family MacBook, which lagged a lot. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, OBS and me like to fight, but you guys know that. I think it's my own issues. I don't think it's actually OBS. I think it's a user error on my end, so... Really don't remember. I think I was starting that week. I have really enjoyed it. Oh, good, Omega. As long as you enjoy it, that's what matters. That's what matters. But yeah, so it's funny you're here, Omega. You remember 2 months ago when my cat escaped? Y'all remember that, when the cat jumped out the window and we found her like, what, 2 days later in the garage? You guys remember that story? Because it continues. We just had the craziest thing happen. I like to think it's the universe telling me, hey, you know how you quit your job? Well, you have more time now, so let's just go ahead and throw more on your plate. Let's throw you a real curveball that you would not expect. I want you guys to guess what happened. No, I'm kidding, because you won't guess. So apparently, little kitten who, what, like a year old? She's a harlot. That little whore got pregnant. 2 days in the garage. Did she go into heat and run? Omega? Omega, you guessed it. So, yeah. Guess what? She didn't look pregnant. And I didn't know cats are only pregnant for 2 months. And, we woke up on Friday to kittens under our bed. What? Yes! I shit you not! Hello, Patriot. Hope you're doing well. Where do you get these tank models? I actually get them from Japan. I usually get them off of... I used to get them a lot off of Yahoo Auctions. I use a proxy service, but Mandarake as well as Ami. They're used. So basically people bought them and just never built them because I like to save money and I'm cheap. But yes, so now we have 3 kittens. And, I'm like, what the hell is my life sometimes? So the whole reason we didn't get her fixed was because she had a heart murmur. For the record, like it's not like we just, like, didn't get her fixed. We're on top of it. Our other cats are fixed. We didn't get her fixed because she had a heart murmur, and cats are weird under anesthesia if they have other issues. And the whole thing was, if she went under anesthesia and we hadn't figured out, like, she had a higher risk of dying, basically. But we wanted to get her spayed because if you don't get a cat spayed, I know at least for the female cats, if you don't get them fixed, they have a higher rate of developing breast cancer, and breast cancer in cats is apparently very aggressive. So we definitely wanted, and we also didn't want kittens, to be very clear. We did not want kittens. So... yeah, they, we were waiting, and I've been working and all that crap, and all the craziness that's been going on in life, and now, of course, all of a sudden, I literally quit, like, my last day was Wednesday, and then Friday, there's freaking kittens under the bed. And it was like, what's that noise? Now, luckily, I have a nice little setup. We have a walk-in closet, so I put a little gate up. Got Mama Cat all good. She's got her kittens. They're all doing well. We named them all, of course. But I'm like, really? So I was gonna get her fixed once everything calmed down now. So I called the vet today. Luckily, kittens are super chill, and luckily I have a lot of experience with that kind of, like, unexpected kittens, because my grandparents had like a million cats outside. They weren't really theirs. They were just stray cats that they'd feed, and they would breed. And at one point there was like over 20 cats outside their house. It was awesome. I loved it. Oh, cats. I'm a kitty cat. And a dun-dun-dun and a dun-dun-dun. I know what you're referring to, Petunia. Hey, I'm a kitty cat. And a meow-meow-meow and a meow-meow-meow. Thanks for the info on the models. Also, this crazy, yeah, the cat stories pretty insane, if I do say so myself. Oh, look at all the nice little freebies in here. Howdy, howdy, Miss KP. How's life been? Yeah, it's been a hot minute. It has. It has been a hot minute. We now have 3 kittens. I just was telling the story of how my cat should have been on the show. I didn't know I was pregnant, and she gave birth under our bed a few days ago. I should, you know what, real quick, because I'm on the subject here, you can look at this beautiful, this really cool, it is actually really neat because you don't see these characters that often. Let me go ahead, I will post on the community tab real quick. I'll post a picture of the kittens so you guys can see it. Because I have a picture on my phone of them, of course, because they're cute little kittens. They're so adorable, but yeah, I'm like, my husband's like, we should keep them. I was like, they're 3 cats. We like, that's a lot. That's a lot. There we go. I'll just put it with no context, so no one else will know what this is. But you guys will. You guys will. Well, that's kind of wild. It's extremely wild, Scooter. But I hope you're doing well. What are their names, Maho? They are... So, the image didn't show up yet on here, but they are... the orange one is Renoir, because my husband's been getting into a game, or he's planning on getting into a game that's like a French game, and all the characters are French. So the orange and white one is Renoir, the black and white one is Heart, which my daughter's named, and then the gray and white one is Democles, which I named him. I'm just gonna title it Kittens, but it's not like showing up. It's not gonna let me do it. Why not? Can I not do this while I'm streaming? Is it not YouTube not appreciating that? It's like doing too many things at once. I don't know if it's gonna work. Oh well. If not, I'll post it after the stream. But they're so cute. They're adorable. I love the cat names. Thank you. Yeah, we all were like, we'll each pick one. So we do have one person who we know will take one if we decide to get rid of them. In my head, I'm like, well, I can't decide. You know, I got 2 months. Like, they were brand spanking new. So got like a little while to figure it out. 3 cats is a lot because we already have 3 cats. So I'm kind of like, kind of don't want 3 cats. But all of our cats, I've talked about this before, all of our cats live on a different floor of the house. So it'd be kind of nice to have 3 cats that actually like each other. But okay, it did work. It did work. I can get it. This is a great picture too. I'm just gonna say kittens ... There you guys go. If you want to see it, community posts. I don't know why. The picture reminds me of the meme with the girl, like, you'll know what meme when you see it. But, anywho, we're gonna get started building at this point. Let me just throw my stuff down here. Very nice, very nice. But, obviously I cannot read this. You guys know that, though. I cannot read this. But other than that, what do you mean that was fine, too? I mean, very unexpected, that's for sure. But other than that, things have been really good. Really good. I can finally talk about the whole situation with work now that I'm out of there. I feel more comfortable talking about it. Let me get this open, and then I'll talk. So I was half tempted to make, sorry, super excited. I don't have to build treads. Yay! Treads are the bane of my existence. Alright. But, yeah, so I can finally talk about work. I was debating making a video, just like, because now I get to work on my series and stuff, and I'm really excited about it, and I have the other room all set up and all that. But, you just saw it all, they're cute, right, Maho? They're so cute. They really are. That's why I'm like, I know I need to, logically, 3 kittens is a lot. But, they're so cute. I want them all. I guess you and I have kitten stories Tuesdays apart. Yeah, exactly, Petunia. That's why when you brought up a kitten, I was like, oh my gosh, I wait till I got a story to tell you. Oh, there's a little piece down here. Let's not forget that little piece. Don't know where that came from. But yes. I feel like there are a lot of pieces to this tank. Like, way more than usual. So. But I was debating making a video talking about what happened because it was just so bullshit. But then I was going back and forth because part of me, and I think I said this last stream, was that I didn't want to, like, you know, be that person to, you know, bring up, oh well, you know, my work did blah 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 blah. Like, you know, it's never a good look. But then I also was like, hey, this did happen to me. And I'm like, I wouldn't talk about where I worked or anything, because, or even the people, I wouldn't use their names. Because honestly, the place that I worked was fine. That wasn't the issue. The issue was, these are actually labeled. Sorry, I'm doing this, in case you're wondering. I'm putting together our little organizer, so I can figure out what the heck I'm looking at. But, yeah, so, you guys know part of the situation, but I don't remember what I told you. So, I'm just going to go through it and tell you all what happened. So, basically, I was quiet fired from my job. The company I worked for was very chill with schedules. If you had something going on, they understood. They had recently taken away certain benefits. And as a result of that, they were supposed to be very, we'll say very lax, very, you know, if you need time because something's happening in life and you need to work remotely, you could do that. That kind of thing. By the way, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, this is like, oh, well, it would help if I had this on the screen, now wouldn't it? This is H, this is K, this is F, so I'm just cutting them into pieces to put over here, so that way everything's where it should be. I think that's going to be helpful. Maybe it won't. Is that a D? No, that's a J. Okay, we're good. We're good. I think it'll help. Maybe not. I don't know. We might make a little more confusion for myself, but you know what? That's okay. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I changed my mind. I feel like I'm going to really mess it up if I do that. I'm just going to put this one over there to the side. Congrats on getting more kittens and the kitten delivery man that apparently put the gift under the bed. Yeah! Something like that. My daughters were so excited. And it's so funny, too. My daughter, like, my oldest even said, she was like, one day when Shadowheart has kittens, I was like, Shadowheart's not having kittens. She called it. She knew. She knew a thing or two. But, yes. So, where I worked, super chill, all this stuff, right? If you need to work remotely, like, they wanted everyone to be in the office, but if you need to work remotely because you had something going on, especially if you had something going on, they were supposed to be super chill. And my boss decided that, well, my husband found a new job. We only have one car. So, I was going to have to change my schedule to make it work. I decided I was going to change my schedule, but I was going to make it so I was working the same amount of hours. In order to do this, I was going to have to pick up hours on a day that I usually had off, and then get rid of hours, not get rid of, but work remotely a few hours on a day where I would have been in the office. And I was trying to do that. I was going to have to work outside of office hours it was a Monday and Thursday. But I was still going to work only 4 hours those days. Hi, Kat. Hope you are doing well. I'm just here to mark my presence before diving in life again. I won't follow the entire live stream today, but hey, I'm just making my presence. Well, we're glad you made your presence. Have a good night. Have a good one. And I hope all is well with you. And things are better than they were. But, yes, so, that was my situation. Told my boss. She wasn't okay with it. She said, no, you have to figure Mondays out, which, again, this is not how it should have been for now. Should have been much more like, okay, whatever, but nope. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Because everyone else is able to do this, and I'm not going to, we can't afford childcare, because I was one of the lowest paid people there. I know that because I could run those reports. And I was like, I'm not, I'm not going to make other people have to watch my kids when this is kind of BS. So, didn't find someone else, and I decided I had the vacation time. I'm just going to take off and say I can't make it work. So, I did that, and her reasoning for not letting me work remotely on those 2 days was that she said she didn't have enough work. She didn't think I would have enough work to work remotely those 2 days, and that I was no help to her if I was working outside of office hours. Both of which were not very good arguments, because I literally just that Monday worked on the holiday for 6 hours when, with no contacting anyone else and all that to get my work done. So, and that was remotely. So I was like, I know this isn't true because I know we have enough work, but, whatever. So I was like, yep, I can't make it work. She had expected me to make it work because I've bent over backwards to try and make things work schedule-wise in the past, and I always have been able to, but this time I was just kind of like, you know what, no, I'm not going to do that. I feel like this is, this isn't right. This isn't fair. She didn't have a schedule, by the way. She had her own things. I'm not going to go into it, but she didn't have a schedule. She'd just come in whenever, and half the time she wouldn't tell us if she was coming in or not until it was like halfway through the day, and obviously by then we already figured out whether she was going to be in the office or not. So, she was surprised, to say the least, when I said, no, I can't do that. I can't make my schedule work. And at that moment, she said, are you sure you don't want to work, like, a few hours at night, like, remotely on that Monday and Thursday? Do you want to try and do that? Which was exactly what she said. She wouldn't have enough work for me, and I would be of no use for her. But then, hey, do you think you could do those hours? No. So at that point, I feel disrespected. And I, at this point, have a little bit more self-esteem than I used to. So I'm just like, no, this is messed up. And don't worry, this situation gets so much worse and just proves that I was so right to leave. And that's why I want to share the story, because it's so ridiculous. So, and for the record also, I worked there for 12 years. This is a very important thing to the story as well. Because it's not like this is some new job and I'm trying to take advantage of some system. I worked there 12 years. I have rapport, in a way. Real quick though, my old cat did not get her ovary removed properly, so she went to heat and broke through she broke through a fly screen to get to the tomcats. Well, that's what happened. She jumped through the window. Go to you for doing that. It works out cheaper for your family if you are home rather than paying for childcare. It does. That has always been my thing that I told them from the beginning. When I came back from maternity leave, was I have to have this weird schedule. It was admittedly a weird schedule. It wasn't very convenient, but we made it work, and I made it work however they needed me to. They needed me to come in. I would generally find coverage. My big issue with this, though, was that I was going to have to change my schedule for a month. Because my husband's training was supposed to be done after a month. Now, at this point, it has gone on longer than that. But it was supposed to only be for a month. And I was like, why is she fighting me so hard on this if it's just a schedule for a month? I've been here 12 years. I'm paid shit compared to everybody else. Why is this such a big deal? So, at this point, she makes the comment that, hey, if you wanted to work those extra hours, and I literally looked at her and said, no, I don't think so. I think I'd rather not. And honestly, it was good for me, good for my mental health to do that, because holy crap, chauffeuring my husband to work, waking up early, chauffeuring him to work, chauffeuring my kids to where they need to be, then going to work either remotely or in the office and juggling everybody with one car, it takes a lot out of you. And at night, after I'm done driving everybody back home and after I make dinner and everything, baths and all that for the kids, I am tired. I am done, and that's why I haven't been posting anything. So anyways, I say no, not gonna do that. I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna use the vacation days. Totally screwed her over, which was all of her fault, because she decided to play this stupid game. And I was like, okay, whatever. So at this point, I was going to have to, once my husband, I hate this glue. This glue is so annoying that this thing doesn't stay on. I should just glue that to that, actually. Well, at some point, maybe when I'm done. But, so then, I sent her my schedule for the following month, once my husband's training was done. Now, this was my schedule, assuming we didn't have another car. And I was very honest. I was like, you know what, I'm going to have to go down to part-time until we can get another car. And I will be working 20 hours a week once my husband's done with training. It'll just be temporary, and then I can go back to full-time. Her response to that, we had a meeting. She said that, you know, we're going to have to hire someone else because of your cut hours. I understood that, because honestly, we were overworked anyways in our department, so it made sense to me. I think regardless of what happened, they should have hired someone else just to help us out. And then she said that, and she was like, so you're gonna work 20 hours, she was like, for the rest of the year. And I was like, no, just until we get another car, because once we have another car, my schedule doesn't have to rely on my husband's, because he was gonna work nights, get off at 9, he was gonna get home around 10. It was like, I was only gonna be able to work those 5 hours, right? What glue do you use? Since I use the Humbrol tube, oh, it's really good. I use Mr. Cement for hobbies from Hobby Lobby. I mean, I like it for gluing, I just hate that the thing came off in it. I kind of missed parts of your kitten story because of me wondering about Angel. Oh, I don't know what parts you missed. But let me finish the work story and I can go through that again. Are you going to do YouTube as a full-time job? Also, I'm sorry that happened to you. If they are lenient with others, they should treat you the same. Agreed. And that's the whole issue across the board with the company. There's no standard. So, like, for instance, and I know this for a fact because, again, I could run rates. You had directors making more than, like, at least one director off the top of my head, making more than the branch manager. Like, that shouldn't be happening. Like, just, like, logically. But it's because there was no standard. So because of that, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this over here. I should probably move that. So, and I'm doing these little wheels, in case you were wondering. I am building a tank as I'm talking. I'm going slow, but I am building a tank, and I'll be on till 11:30. Yes, hello, Lighthouse Gravy. Hello, hope you're doing well. So, where was I? There's so much that happened. So I say no, once my husband is, once we have another car, it won't be a big deal, and we'll be all good. I can then work close to my old schedule again. Why does it say I need to make 2 of these? There was only one D1. Hold on. Gotta use all my brain to find this piece. Holds on the stories. Gotta find it. Ah, there it is. There's 2 D slates, I think. Or maybe there's just a little bit extra D over there. Okay, we'll do that. So, yes, a live model build. Yes, and I'm talking about how I quit my job. Lighthouse Gravy. Currently, we just talked about how kittens were born under my bed a few days ago. Unbeknownst to me at the time. It's a very interesting place here. We talk about many random things. Anywho, so, back to the story. My boss is like, it's gonna be for the rest of the year. I was like, oh, no, just until we get another car. she says, okay, we could talk about that later. Once she said that, I was like, oh, writing's on the wall. Writing's on the wall. This is not good. I even, Teams, because Teams is a little thing we use, Teams messaged my one coworker and was like, here's how it went, because we talked. I was like, here's how it went, and yeah, she's definitely going to want me to have, she's going to want this to be for the rest of the year. I'm going to be part-time, and considering they're hiring someone else to help out, I doubt they're going to have me go back to full-time. They'll probably just give that person all my work. And the coworker was like, you really think so? I'm like, yep, I think so. Within like an hour, she ropes in HR, sends my own schedule back to me, including HR now, so HR is aware, and says, you're going to be, this is your schedule, yada yada yada, you're going to be working 20 hours a week. For the, and she, how she worded it, I have it printed out, because of course I saved everything. I saved all the receipts. She said that she wants me to work 20 hours a week for the rest of the year, regardless of whether or not we get another car. Now, there's a really funny point to this where we have an emergency fund now, which was what we were going to put down on a car. So we're in a really good spot because we didn't end up needing the car because I quit. Here there's a thing known as Fair Work Commission government agency to help prevent things like that from happening, and if they try to resolve, it does happen. Do you have a version of that? I don't know. I've talked to a few people about what happened, and they said I could have a case, but I just want to be done with it. And also, HR and me are like best buddies, so I don't want to make her go through anything. Like, I don't want to make her life harder. She's close to retirement. I don't want to do that to her. I'm like, I'm just gonna be done. So, I don't know. We have that whole at-will employment and all that. Quiet firing is really just you either make someone's life hell or you cut their hours to the point where it doesn't make sense for them to stay. And at $26 an hour after taxes, I was going to be making about $400 a week. So it just was like, this doesn't make sense for me to stay. Oh, Scooter, you're leaving? Well, Miss KP, I have to go to bed because I have to get up at 4 a.m. So good night, y'all, and may God bless you no matter where you are. Good night. Oh, good night, Scooter. It was good seeing you. And yes, it has been a very long time. Have a good night, and I hope to see you next time. Oh, Lighthouse Gravy, you finished Model Blom, is that how you say that? And Voss BV 141 yesterday. Cool. I do not know what those are. I'm assuming they don't sound like tanks that I know of. What are those? Actually, what are those? Oh, Maxie, you're here and you're speaking French. I'm in the middle of a story, but hold on, I'll try to switch to French for a second. Félicitations pour avoir coûté votre employé. Vous avez pris la bonne décision. Oh, merci beaucoup. Yes, I know what you said. You said, congratulations on quitting your job. You made a good decision. I got what you said. Merci. Oui, c'est la bonne décision. Big time. So, it continues though. Oh, it gets so much worse though, guys. It gets so much worse. They really, like, even if I was questioning it, like, should I really do this? Is this really the right decision? I can tell you right now, 1000%. It gets so much worse. So, she roped HR in, said that. I was like, there's no way I can do this. And at that point, I knew I was going to quit. Literally, the next day I am working, she messages me, emails me, and everything's through email now. It's not through Teams anymore. It's not like, hey, just little things. It's like, I know she's like keeping things for a file, right? So she's like, hey, you work remotely for a half hour on Friday, and I was wondering if you could just stay and work that half hour, because it would be more efficient. And I'm like, you just roped HR in with my schedule that you have dictated I have to have. And now you're really trying to just grasp, this is a half hour that I work remote. And the only reason I do it is because I had to switch up things so I could get my husband from work, So I was like, no, I have to leave at this time to go get my husband, and I don't want to lose that half hour. Like, is it really? I was like, I use that half hour at the end of the day to check emails and stuff. And you know what? If I was in the office, I'd be doing the same. Like, that half hour is not an efficient use of a half hour anyways. Like, who uses the last, unless there's a big project going on, a half hour is not being used for anything efficient. Let's be real. Let's be honest. You want to get into model building, but part of me sees all the pieces involved and gets overwhelmed. You got to take it piece by piece. Just focus on little piece by piece. And for me, it helps to talk to you all. But it's very calming. It's chill. The BV-141 was a German experimental plane that had an asymmetric design. It's my favorite plane. An asymmetrical design. Did it fly well? I know nothing about planes. So what's going on? Hello, Wingdinger. I'm talking and kind of venting about what happened to me that caused me to quit my job. Someone make me a summary of this toxic work story for my autistic mind that I can't keep up with. Sorry. Considering you're in the office, yes. But yeah, okay. Yes, I'm sorry, Petunia. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure I go in order. That's why I'm like, hold on a second. Like, I'm trying to think. So, that happens. I email her and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, and at this point I know I'm quitting. So I'm polite, but I'm not like overly polite. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not losing that half hour. I literally said, I was like, it's for a month. And she wasn't even working 2 of the 4 Fridays in that month. I was like, this does not affect you. Stop. So, I didn't say that, obviously. That probably would have been too far. Continuing. She just continually is not very pleasant. I find out that, you know, they're posting the job and all that, which, you know, again, I kind of expected. I learned that they're replacing me with 2 people, which is just like, I was doing the job of 2 people. That's nice to hear. And, I put in my 2 weeks, and I just kept it really short. I was just like, I'm putting in my resignation. Now, I put it in on a Wednesday. Don't work Thursdays. I did that on purpose because I figured they can get their crap together, and I also just didn't want to deal with it, right? I don't have any respect for this woman at this point. Surprisingly enough. And there was a lot of stuff that happened like last year and everything, but we're not going into it. I have no respect for this woman. So I was like, I'm resigning. The 9th is my last day. Friday I could come in. HR lady's there. I go talk to HR immediately. I had put her in on the email. I go talk to her. We were buddy-buddy. She was very concerned, but she was really happy. I told her, like, my plans. I know you're not supposed to talk to HR. Like, they're your friend, but me and her are really tight, and we talked, and she felt a lot better. I'm going to be doing artwork for her now that I'm done working. Like, we're going to be doing some artworks, which is cool. She has a project that she wants me to paint an ironing board, so that's going to be really cool. So, anywho, I'm going to be doing that for her. She felt a lot better afterwards, and, yeah, I told her what was going on, but within, like, a friendly kind of, you know, a friendly context. Not a work context, if that makes sense. So, I go to my computer and I look. My boss didn't so much as acknowledge my resignation. It had been 2 days at that point. And I was not surprised one bit. So, no comment. Like, even if you hate someone's guts, if you're their manager, you should say, I received your email, we'll talk about it on Friday. Like, that's all you need to say. Nothing. So, she calls me into her office. It's the quickest, awkwardest meeting ever, where I just say I have a better opportunity, which that better opportunity was to not work there. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing this. So, I was like, yeah, no, I have a better opportunity, because I'm not going to tell her what I'm doing. Why would I tell her that? Because literally not working and not having an income and being a single income family is better than working here with you. That's what I would like to say, but that's not appropriate either. You know, gotta be an adult about these things. So, very quick conversation. She was like, I don't know if I made things harder for you. I just stared at her, was very quiet, because I'm not giving her anything. And then she was like, okay, what's your schedule for the, like, can I just look at your calendar for your schedule? Because it's different on the printout, which the printout at that point was old. And I was like, yep, I'll make sure my calendar's up to date. Go back over to my desk, look at my calendar. I'm like, oh, it doesn't have that stupid schedule of it being 20 hours a week. So I'm like, okay, I will go ahead, fix that. I fixed it. She comes walking over, and she's like, hey, you changed your schedule. I was like, well, I thought you wanted me to be part-time for those after July 1st. Because she dictated that this new schedule had to start on July 1st, whether his training was done or not, whether we had a new car or not. So I was like, are you saying that I can, like, work my normal hours for my last 2 weeks here? And she was like, and this is the kind of person she is. She said, yes, I didn't know your schedule was flexible. I didn't think your schedule was flexible. Where everyone can hear her say it. And that's the kind of person she is. That's what she's doing. What did I miss? Why do people have crowns? People have crowns. Well, I don't know what the crown thing's about, to be fair. I don't know. That just kind of happened. I do not know. Alright, hold on. Let me go back up and read some of what I missed here, and then I'll continue. Sitting in your office. Since I work in a warehouse as a laborer, the last half an hour we were actually working LOL. Yeah, Omega. Yes, and if we had a project going on, we would be too. Like if I used to work in marketing, we'd put out proposals for work. And, so, I mean, there were days that I'd stay late, too. Not really since I had my kids, but I think maybe once since I had my kids, I stayed late. But prior to that, there were nights where I'd be there till 7. You know, it would happen. You need to get stuff out. So those instances, yes. Otherwise, for the most part, no, not having. Especially at that point, like, I had so many issues last year with her that I had started keeping a journal of every single day to write positive and negatives, and I think there was one day where there was something positive that she said to me. And there was almost every single day a negative. Almost every single day. Some days there weren't negatives. But the point is that there were no positives, so I was like, this is just not a good environment. But yeah. Lighthouse, the BV-141 looks crazy, but cool at the same time. I'll have to look it up. You're playing Train Sim World Maho and was paying attention to the story so much I missed the signal and got emergency brake. Hey, I am glad that I am so entertaining that you almost got in a train accident. I guess I'm a good storyteller, huh? You should see the model you built. Bet it's cool. Hi, what did I miss? The White Death, I'm talking about how I quit my job, and things are about to get even crazier, because this story is insane, and my life is insane. I need this break, man. My poor brain needs this break. Panzer 2 has a unique and cool choice. It's exciting, because, you don't really see these characters, so I'm excited. I'm taking my sweet time with it, because I'm telling a quite in-depth story, but after that I have another topic we could talk about that won't be as in-depth. I'll be reading what you guys are saying more. The crazy, incomprehensible managers, I'm telling you. Right, Soldier? I hope you're having a good day/evening, but right? Yeah, for real. And also, Kane, I'm sorry, I don't think I said hello. Hello! Hope you're having a good day/evening. You missed some stories and the Crowns are top fans? You're guessing? Yeah, I don't know. You could have said whatever to her, since she does not seem like she has the power to fire you, so it does not matter. If you're buddy-buddy with HR, they are the ones that fire you. Yeah, but HR just does whatever they are told. If my boss wouldn't have had the balls to fire me anyways, though, because she's the kind of person who, it's backhanded. It's backhanded and it's backstabby. Like, to my face, she was fine, but then we used to have work plans for the projects we were working on. I have receipts of this, and I showed it to some, like my one good coworker, and I did send it to HR, but that's, under wraps. I told her you don't have to do anything with it, I just wanted her to know. There was one time where I had made a mistake, and I make a mistake, I'm human, that's okay, and I can admit when I make a mistake. She went in the work plan and wrote in all caps, "This is wrong," with a bunch of explanation points after it. And I just replied in all lowercase. I was like, sorry, I pulled from the wrong project sheet. you don't talk to people like that. It was so rude, so rude. There was no respect. But like to my face, she'd act nice until we'll get there. We'll get there. But you're right though, Omega. I could have said whatever I wanted to her because honestly, at that point, I was leaving. What was she gonna do? Fire me? That's what everyone was saying to me. Anyone who knew what was going on. Kane, you have a manager who keeps telling you he's busy on some days, so you can NPT go into work on those days. But I heard from a coworker he just can't afford my full week pay. Oh, that's sorry. Yeah. Managers. I mean, I've had good managers, but that's the whole thing. People don't quit good companies, they quit good... Sorry, people don't quit bad companies, they quit bad managers. The company has issues, too. As I said, there's no standard, but the manager just... She's not going to be able to keep anyone, for the record. There's no way. People will be hired under her, they'll be fine at first, and then they're going to realize what's going on. The micromanaging is insane, and they're not going to stay. No one with a lick of self-respect is going to stay. It's just the way it is. So, whatever. You could have taken that to HR as a case of workplace bullying. I did it in the past because I had another coworker who did the same thing to me. At that time, in all honesty, and this is the crazy thing when someone's manipulating you in this sort of way, I really did start to doubt myself, and I started the journal because I was like really upset, went to my mom. My mom used to work in HR. And I was like, I don't know if I'm just the most incompetent worker, like maybe I am just this horrible employee. And my mom was the one who told me to start doing the journal so I could look at things. Because my parents are very realistic. They're not going to be like, oh no, honey, I'm sure it's not you. They're going to be like, all right, you think you might be the issue? Take the journal. Start writing down what's going on so you can objectively look at it. Even with this, like, there was a time before I decided I was definitely going to quit where I was like, I really want to quit. And I told my mom, I was like, I'm just afraid, like, what if I am a bad employee? My mom's response was, you're not going to know until you find another job because you're working under a micromanager right now. You're always going to be wrong regardless. And I was like, that's a good point. So, good advice. My parents give good advice. It might not be, you hope for the encouragement, the like, yeah, I'm sure it's not you, a little pat on the head, but it's good advice because it leaves it like, are they just saying it because, they're my parents and they love me? It's like, no, this way you're objectively looking at it and being like, oh no, this is messed up. So, you guys are talking about the plane, just making sure I catch up on you guys before I continue. I click the crown on you, and that's what it is. I don't know what the XP is for, though. I don't know. I didn't create that. That's a YouTube thing or an OBS thing. This manager sounds worse than any other one you worked for, Playlet. Yeah. So this is the only workplace I've worked at. She didn't used to be my manager, though. HR used to be my supervisor. I started as an admin. That's why me and the HR lady are buddy-buddy. Office manager, though, best buddy with the manager in question. And they are both now avoiding a specific individual at the company because of what happened, and it is hilarious to hear that. Because if they talk to that individual, they are going to get an earful because that individual knows everything that went on. So, but that's a little bit more under wraps. Because it can be annoying, stressful at times. Exactly. It's not the company's fault. It's when you quit, it's the manager's fault. You can't deal with it. Exactly. The fact you work in an office is not a matter of life and death. It does not matter too much if you pulled from the wrong project. Exactly. I pulled information from the wrong project sheet. It was most likely a project that had a similar name. And all it meant was that we had to erase a paragraph and put another paragraph from a different project sheet in. That was it. It was not life or death. You were absolutely right. She would get worked up about the littlest things that honestly did not matter. I will say that right. Things that were not graded in the proposal process. And I understand you want a quality product, but at the end of the day, if you're wasting time making and you're reprinting things because the green is a shade off, I'll tell you right now, the little, not to be rude, the little dinky county that is reading the proposal to figure out who they want to redo their road is not going to give a shit if your green is a little bit different from one page to the other. Just putting that out there. We're not like putting these things out to production. We're producing them ourselves. Like, this isn't... could go on, but is that K-Sister's box from, yeah, it is, look, well, K-Sister, you know, L, it's L, where is she? There's L. That's not the better, there's the better camera. It's L. But, yes, okay, so, continuing onwards, and then I will catch back up again. So, put in my 2 weeks, super quick little meeting. She did that whole little thing of saying it was my schedule. I caught it. I was just like, seriously? My coworker caught it too, and he knew everything that was going on. He's just like, not surprised. Not surprised, but kind of like, wow, she really did do that. Everyone who could hear her within an earshot knows what was going on. And not even because I told them, just because they could figure it out. So it's kind of funny, because it's like, you're not saving your ass here. Everybody already knows how you treat people. So, last day of work. She, at this point, took away all my work, by the way. And at this point, I really didn't care. She had me updating resumes. And she was like, if you could get, like, the resumes done before you leave. Ha! Ha! You know I took my damn time with those things. I did not get them anywhere near done. I was like, no. Because the main thing at this point was, I learned how much they were willing to pay these other 2 people who were replacing me. You want to go ahead and guess? They were looking for 2 people. 2 people. One with at least 5 years of experience. One with no years of experience. The one with 0 years of experience was going to be making, drumroll please, $6,000 more annually than I would have if I kept my 40-hour-a-week schedule. 0 experience, 12 years experience working in this exact company. That was like, holy crap. And they were going to give the person with 5 years experience, high-end, $90K annually. I was done. I made around $54K, I think is what because that's how the math worked out. $54K. Their low end for the person with no experience was $60K annually. Done. Done. The amount of done was so, and it still gets better, but that was just so done. So done. So, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that is a massive difference, isn't it, Omega? It really is kind of a little bit of a life-changing difference. And they gave my coworker, who had just started working there last year, he made $1 less than me. And for my whole time working there, there was only one time I got a significant raise. It was $2.50. I got that raise because I told them I could literally leave and work at Walmart for the amount of money I was making, which at the time was true. This is prior to me having kids. So prior to 2020. And they gave me $2.50 raise, said they couldn't go any higher than that. That is as high as they could go. They probably said something about it being the standard, but you know. Yes, so my coworker who just started last year, they gave a $5 raise to. I got no raise. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So, last day of work, because I'll finish up the story and then I can talk to all of you. Last day of work, generally, they have cake for people on their last day. I'm going in there, not sure if it's going to happen because my boss fucking hates my guts, obviously. And I'm like, whatever. The branch manager saw me and didn't say anything. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. He was invited to have cake, but he saw me in the hallway, said nothing to me about it being my last day. And the receptionist, who I used to work with a lot when I was an admin, we worked on a lot of stuff together. Usually if we were staying late, we were working on a project together. She decided she was going to go ahead and get the cake and everything, set it up. So she got a cake, very nice, invited a few people from the admins and from marketing. And there was a marketing girl who I haven't seen in months because she had different schedules. She came in just to see me, and she used to be a freelance artist. She has an Etsy shop, so got her number. I got everybody's numbers who I wanted to talk to. I made bread for everybody. I had another coworker actually have me over to her house last weekend so I could like talk to her about what was going on. She has horses, so my kids got to see the horses. It was very cute. So, and like everybody like gets it. Everybody understands what was happening, and everyone else knew what I was like. I was like, I'm taking a break. I have a passion project. I do YouTube as well, and I just need a break. I've worked in some capacity since I was in 5th grade. I know I'm not lazy. I have that Puritan work ethic, as we call it. I was like, I'm not too worried about it. If I have to go back to work, I have to go back to work. But I need to breathe. For once, I'm not the breadwinner. I need a second. Especially after this hell job, obviously, where I feel like I can't do anything right. And I couldn't. Once I started taking that journal, too, I realized no matter what I did, I was always going to be wrong. This woman, by the way, just putting this out there, of like, you know, oh, do they hate me? Oh, no, I wished her a happy Thanksgiving, and she responded with something work-related. And I was like, okay. And then when we came back from Thanksgiving break, I was like, oh, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Completely ignored me. I was like, can you not be a human being? Like, I don't care if you hate me. I still work for you. Like, I'm not trying to be overly friendly. I'm trying to be kind. Really, like, high school mean girl. It was what she was. High school mean girl. To a T. So, she never grew up. Office manager never said shit to me, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I never even thought of that. She didn't say anything to me, and she used to be my boss. But she was a very hands-off boss, because my supervisor was there, the HR lady. HR was really, I always considered her more my boss. She was very chill, super great. She was wonderful. But so, if you do the cake, the receptionist is telling everybody these funny stories. Like, all of them were pretty awful stories, to be honest, but they were funny, awful stories. There were stories where things went awry, and you look at it afterwards and you're like, you know what, that was pretty okay. Like, you know, haha, that happened. That was awful. That was awful. But we got through it together, and it was fun. My boss said nothing the entire time. When I was cutting the cake, she got up to take a phone call and left, which I was like, whatever, that doesn't bother me. You know, she got stuff going on too. Again, her schedule was weird because she got her own personal stuff, and I very much understand that. But when we're done with the cake, her cake's still there. We're all chit-chat and whatnot. Cake's still sitting there. Okay. So the other marketing girl and I go into the kitchen to put the cake in there. My boss is in there, just shooting the shit with other people. Just didn't want too good to be in there with us, I guess. But the best part of it all, and this, she doesn't understand, like, again, how to be human. So, I'm leaving. I go to say goodbye to her, because, of course, I have to say goodbye to her. This is my last day, and I know that this is the right thing to do. I go in there, receptionist is there. Now, I know that my boss had shit-talked me. She talked about everybody behind everybody's back. She even talked to me about people behind their back if she was more mad at them than me. And I always knew she was mad at someone else, because suddenly she was kind to me. But she, I knew she had talked about me to the receptionist, and I knew that because when I talked to the receptionist about what had happened, the receptionist kind of was wish-washy, kind of like, not defending, but kind of like, oh, I've heard both sides of the story, and I don't want to get involved, and I didn't want anyone to get involved in the drama either. I didn't even tell the whole drama to most people, but the receptionist was someone who I figured I could. So, when I went in there, I hugged the receptionist, and I went over to my boss, and I gave her a hug. Because that seemed like the right thing to do. Even after everything she had put me through, I was like, this is it. It's fine. Gave her a hug. She didn't even stand up. She sat there, didn't expect a hug, just kind of looked at me. And I later learned, because the receptionist likes to gossip too, but she doesn't gossip maliciously. She just gossips because she's a New Yorker and she's a receptionist. I mean, she's gonna talk. And she was telling people that, she didn't even stand up to hug her. And right there, my boss blew that whole credibility of her not being the problem. Right there, she showed her true colors. And now, there's no way it was a question in the receptionist's mind at that point, right? Like, you can't even just do the right thing? Really? So, anyways, that might sound weird to some people, but Americans, we hug. That's a thing. But, so yeah, like, that was it. That was it. And that was my last day. Everyone else was super excited for me, super happy, and I just smile knowing that she's miserable. She makes her own misery, and no one's gonna stay under her. So anyways, now I'm gonna catch up on you all. Because, since their job does not matter in the grand scheme of society. LOL. True, Omega. Very true. I swear office workers need to do at least a month in the physical job to give them some perspective, since when I did my introduction, I was told the 2 most likely ways I'm going to die, LOL. Oh my gosh, Omega. That's scary, but I get what you're saying. Like, honestly, it's the perspective. That was my whole thing, too, working in marketing. I know I haven't been building, I apologize, but don't worry, we still have another hour. I know I've been blabbing. We'll start talking about something else in a second. But, and I'll focus more on building. But big time, like, it really did not matter. A lot of her issues were just she needed to really micromanage everything. And it went beyond work, to be honest. I won't tell her personal drama here, obviously, because I don't think that's appropriate. But she did that with everyone she could in her life, including her own children. And I would hear things and I was like, you're doing what? And your daughter's how old and you're doing what? It was very, very weird. And I had made a comment to my one coworker that, her kids are growing up now and they're getting independence, so now we're her children now. And, we laughed about it, but it definitely did start to get worse when that started happening and she started losing control there. So, but again, she made her own misery and now she's got to deal with it. She's going to get 2 new people. She's going to have to train them. And what they do is not going to be right. Not because it's not right or they're not competent. It's not going to be right because she's going to deem it's not right. It's not going to be good enough for her. And someone with experience is so not going to put up with that. No way. Someone with no experience might put up with it for the money, especially since they're going to pay them a lot more than they were going to pay me, or they've been paying me. But, yeah, But, yeah. Give me some no experience, better paid than someone with experience is bullcrap. Exactly. Especially when it's gonna cost them so much more to hire someone else than just have given me my schedule for a month, 2 to 3 months tops. Like, that's really the case. That is really, everything else is just like salt in the wound in a way. Not that I'm upset about this. I think this is a thing that had to happen, and I don't regret my time there. I think I learned a lot. I think I've grown a lot as a person, and I've learned to respect myself a lot more from this crap. But honestly, the fact, just having someone else come on, you wouldn't give me a raise, but you did all this, it's a mess. I told you guys it gets worse, and man did it. They need to reform how much salaries people get there. Agreed. Absolutely. Absolutely agreed. I knew I was being underpaid, but I just didn't have an option because I felt that I needed the lenience or the flexibility with my schedule, and I had been there so long. I also had, so the company had a thing called the ESOP, which was a big reason I stayed, which was an employee stock ownership program. So once you stayed there 5 to 7 years, I can't remember, you were fully vested and you would basically own a part of the company's stock. So I had a lot of money in staying there, but the moment I left, whether I got fired or not, the company was going to have to buy those stocks back from me. So eventually they're going to have to buy those stocks back from me, and I'm going to have a good chunk of change from that. I'm going to throw it in my 401k so it doesn't get taxed because it's pre-tax money. I'm going to let it kind of sit there and grow. But yeah, like so I had that as well, where I was like, okay, at least I'm getting that out of this. But they had just cut our 401k match across the company last year, or the beginning of this year, so a lot of people were mad about that too. A little unrelated, but yeah. Oh man, worse than being like infantry in the Russian army. I don't know about that one. Well, that's why pay someone more who has never done the job before? How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. I think what it is that I was being so underpaid that they know they can't get someone like who can do what I was doing for the amount of money that I was doing it for. I felt stuck. I needed the flexibility. I didn't feel like I could find that with another job. I had the ESOP, and I had been there for so long, I was comfortable. As I was not really comfortable, I guess. I was used to it. I was used to her being awful, and again, I really did think I must be the worst employee ever. because she made me second guess every single thing. This woman made me recall an email because I sent an email out on Friday afternoon asking the directors if they had anyone who could deliver a package, and her immediate response was to say to me, "Can you recall the email? Because the directors won't see it. It's gonna get lost and they won't see it before Monday." And I didn't say this, but my little shit disturber mind went, I didn't realize the directors were so retarded they couldn't read their email Monday morning. If they've missed it, I would have resent it within a day, because I'd catch up. But I was like, what the? So that's the kind of person I was dealing with. And it was stuff like that where I started to catch on and be like, hey, you know what? I don't think I'm the problem, actually. Geez, a question. At the end of your work days, how did you deal with the stress? Every single day? That's a dark question. So without going too into detail, as I said, the beginning of the year I gave up drinking. I might have done that for a reason. I wanted to better my life, and that was one of the things I needed to do, and after doing that I had a lot of perspective as to why I was drinking. And yeah, so there's your answer to that without going too much. That was, you know, after the kids are in bed and everything, yeah, I kind of want to just forget the work day. I kind of don't want to deal with any of that. It's not a good way to handle your stress, so highly don't recommend doing that. Do something better. Drink for fun. Don't drink to cope with the fact that you can't deal with life. Especially when every day you're being told you can't do anything right. But yes, did the branch manager know you were leaving that day? Yeah, because he was the one who gave the okay to put the job posting up. He was involved with that. He's the one who wanted 2 people. My boss, I found out, actually only wanted 1 person to replace me. He wanted to. So, I don't know what that was about, really, but it was the right piece to cut off of there, right? So the dangers of me talking and doing this at the same time. It definitely was not. Huh. Well, I can glue them back on there, I'm sure. I'll figure that out later. At least it's all just the one piece. Oopsie daisies. That's okay. How does Putin work ethic differ from the Protestant work ethic, since I have only heard of the Protestant work ethic? Wait, what's the Putin work ethic? Wait, Puritan. Why did I say Putin? Because someone mentioned Russian infantry before. No, oh my gosh. Sorry. Puritan work ethic, so what have you heard of? The Protestant. I believe it's the same thing. It's just that the idle hands are the devil's plaything, is the idea of that. But yeah, good job with my my reading of that. That cake sounds like the mayor's wife giving me wool gloves. You made bread nice. Yeah, actually my coworkers are like, we're supposed to be doing stuff for you. You're not supposed to be doing stuff for us. I was like, well, I wanted to. It's like the last day and I care about you people. And here, give me your phone numbers. Please. I told them I'm going to tell them about this channel too. They'll get a kick out of it if they ever watch this stream and hear this all. They'll be like, oh my god, yeah, it was pretty bad. They don't have the same boss as me. Only one of my coworkers did. And he, again, knew everything. And she sounds horrible. I do respect you for being kind of respectful, so good on you. Thank you, Holy Knight. Well, I was respectful, you know, in person. In my head, I'm like, you are gonna hug me. I'm gonna make you hug me. I know you hate me. How long have you been building tanks kits as a hobby? Since I started streaming. That was when I started streaming. I decided to start building tanks. I built T-38 before that, or T-34. Wait, the Russian one I like. That's not the IS-2. Brandon Ferris said he was late to his appointment from you. He's been declined healthcare. Well, that's what happens in America. So, people are just dumb. Best way to describe it. True. Oh, you're still alive. Glad to see you again. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, Darth. Sorry, I just saw your message now. It was kind of ranting, I guess. At least you don't have to deal with that anymore, and you have better thing now. I do. I am so happy my family has really supported me. They were like, I wrote like a whole thing and I just gave it to my mom. And it kind of like, she told me she was like really worried about me. Everyone, all of my coworkers could see on the last day how much happier I was. They all said that I looked like death the last month, that they were really concerned about me because they could tell I wasn't doing okay, and I was bad. I was so just not doing all right. And again, I had given up drinking and all that stuff at that point, but I was just like, that was, I think, that hurt more, was that it was like, I gave up all these other things, I started working out, being healthy and all this, something was still so wrong that I felt worse than I had before, and the reason was I had nothing that was coping with the fact that my workplace was so awful. But yeah, she was a American hug. I thought you shoot guns into the air to greet each other. Hugs are for goodbyes, Omega. I'm not gonna make a joke that's gonna get me in trouble. There is some thoughts going through my head right now about that, about your comment. Man, she sounds horrible. I do respect. Oh, yes, I read that. You became K when you hug people. That's just what happens in America. There was a coworker I just worked with a few times, who she also hates, and I know that because she would bitch about him to me. And I hugged him. I'm like, anyone who knows how I'm leaving, say goodbye, you give a hug. That's what you do on your last day of work. Like, that's of course what you're gonna do, even if it's someone you don't really care too much for. Like, I didn't go out of my way to hug everybody, and I didn't even go out of my way to tell everybody I was leaving, because I didn't have the energy. I just kind of wanted to be done. But if I saw someone, I told them, and then I'd give them a hug and say, wish the best for you and everything. Everyone was super supportive. My parents were, which I was not expecting. Because my family very much works off of you don't quit a job until you have another job, and I was really nervous to tell them, but I was like, I ran the numbers, my husband's new job, we can live off of his salary, so it's like, it's okay. Like, I could take a break at the very least for a few months. We have our emergency fund, which is going to be the down payment on the car, so I'm not, like, money-wise, I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to be buying a lot of stuff for collecting. I think I have one thing in the mail right now, and I have one pre-order that's supposed to come out next month, and that's it. So I'm just gonna open up my hoard and everything, and you guys know I have a hoard, so it won't seem any different to you guys. And I'll probably pick up collecting again once I'm able to, or maybe, I don't know. That hoard's gonna take me a while to go through. I might not have to buy anything for a while, to be fair. No, we do hug each other. To be honest, I didn't know it was that uncommon for people not to. It's uncommon outside of America, Holy Night, from what I understand. As much as that sounds scary, I'm happy they told me, since it means I know how to avoid being a statistic. True, it's good to know the dangers. That, and we all look out for each other, since everyone wants to go home at the end of the day. That's very, very good. That is, honestly. There are people who don't heed safety warnings, and I can tell you from something that happened where I worked, yeah, if you don't heed safety warnings and that training and everything, it's important. I love the field guys. They were always super nice to me, by the way. I always have respect for the people in the field, because we had field guys working for us. There's the pieces I was supposed to break off. We're going to just put these ones right over there and keep them nice and safe. But, yeah, we've had people die, which is not great, obviously. I don't think any happened well, okay, work-related deaths. We've had deaths since I've worked there, but work-related deaths. I don't think any happened since I worked there. We had, well, except for the one guy was not, he took his own life. That was different. On the job, which was, interesting, I guess. Sad, but, at least the stocks make you money off them. Yeah, right, exactly. Sorry you have to deal with them. Can someone explain why Americans complain about taxes while Finland taxes are higher and we have free healthcare? Well, while Finland taxes are higher and we have free healthcare. I think you just might have answered a little bit of your own question, White Death. We don't get much out of paying our taxes, from what I understand as a tax-paying American. We don't have free healthcare. Drink water. I drink water. Well, this is tea, but I drink water. Are you saying that because I was talking a lot? I do talk a lot, unless I missed something. And hello, GZ and Jones. Jonas. Sorry, Jonas. A good thing the girls battle against a tiger tanks, two of them. Tiger tanks, two of them in Saving Private Ryan. Saving Private. Oh my gosh, Saving Private Ryan. Wow. Oh, I can't speak. I said the whole story. Now I can't speak anymore. That was it. That's all I got. No, I'm kidding. But let me keep. Okay, we forgot to get independence so we could have no taxes. But still, yeah, we fought for independence, and we. What was that, like a 2% tax at the time? What are we at or whatever? 2-cent tax or whatever? I don't know. I forget. I just know we dumped a bunch of tea in the harbor. Welcome to the American education system, which also sucks because our taxes don't apparently make us any smarter either. Sadly. We fought to have taxation with representation, not to abolish taxes. Oh, really, Quaker? Taxation with representation. So taxes that mean something, which I feel like we still don't have. I'm glad you gave up drinking as someone who has a family member that drinks. I've grown to detest alcohol. Yeah, I didn't have a problem, which I know is what they all say, right? But alcoholism runs in my family, so I have to be careful. That's all. And I'd rather be open and honest. Not all of my family members know about it. It was super weird because I don't drink in front of people. Ever. So when I told the few family members I did tell, one of them knew right off the bat, which is crazy. But she dealt with that with her ex-husband, so. But then, like, everyone else I told, they were like, "You drink?" Like, they had no idea. It's like, yeah, I know, I'm not typical with that. It's not a fun thing. It wasn't a fun thing I was doing. Yeah, and that is still really proven work, yeah. Translated. By the way, my comment is in Chinese, just in case no one can understand the previous ones made. Oh, sorry, Overreactor. Hope you're having a good day/evening. I cannot read the Chinese, so I'm sorry. We have a system where the people in, I guess in power represent us. There is always talk of lowering taxes. We have the representation. Ah, gotcha. I know, but it feels like that never happens or it's just non-existent. I also feel that. T-3476 or T-3485. T-3485 is the one I built. Fairly certain. White Death. Sounds like Godzilla is battling at the Russian border with tanks. Oh, is that my fan? Do you hear my fan? Is that what my fan sounds like? I need another one of these pieces. I know I'm going slow because I'm talking a lot, but I also feel like I'm going slow because for whatever reason this tank has a bajillion parts. I feel like the last few we were kind of, other than the treads, we were very fortunate. There were not many pieces. And this time I'm feeling like we got kind of insane amount of pieces going on. And my eyes don't work right. So kitten story, where I was. You like model kits too, Late Gravy? Good. I see. Since I know Puritans and mainline Protestants are theologically different, so I thought it might have been different as well. Yeah, no, I guess it's the same sort of mindset. It's, you know, you gotta keep working. You can't just, like, I can't just sit down. It's a problem. I have to be doing something with my hands, which works out, because, you know, I can doodle or whatever, but this is not what I need. Oh boy. I think I did need to cut them so I could have like all the D's in one place. Hi, Vanguard! You made it? No, you beat me to it! I'll have time though now. Oh wait, you made it to the stream or you made the artwork? If you made the artwork, you beat me to it. I'm not done with yours yet. But yes, hello, welcome to the stream. You did make it. I'll be here until 11:30 because I started late because I always end up thinking I can start earlier than I can start. I just get very optimistic like that. So the kitten story, where I was hopping in and out of the stream and going to your other streams, wondering about Angel the Okie. The people who joined in want to hear that. So the kitten that ran away 2 months ago for 2 days ended up getting pregnant. We didn't know she was pregnant. She didn't look pregnant. And then a few days ago, she gave birth under our bed. And now we have 3 beautiful kittens. And that is what my community post is of. So if you want to see what they look like, they are there. We didn't know she was pregnant. It's a whole mess. But the kittens are dang cute, is all I can say. And we'll figure that whole thing out. We'll figure it out. But let's see. I find it funny, though, the mention that you are like Kay with the hugs, since as non-American native English speaker, I view Alyssa as a much more accurate American stereotype. Oh no, the friendliness of Kay, the loudness, the hugging, all that, that is very much American. That is not inaccurate. That is very much American. We are very, very talkative and very touchy people, but not like the kissing on the cheek kind of people, like the French. And I'm gonna say the Italians, because every Italian person I know does that too. Or maybe, well, everybody I know who's Italian is also Jewish, so I don't know, maybe it's a Jewish thing. I'm not sure. Either way, Americans in general don't do that whole like mwah thing on the cheeks. We just give you a big old hug. At least if we know you. My Darjeeling Chara card sleeves are coming on July the 18th. Ooh, just a few more days, Brandon. Yay. I'm excited for you. Glad to know there are some people in the world who are nice and kind instead of most other people being rude or dumb. Yes, most of the people in my office who I worked with, super kind, super nice. That was not... The one that I had issues with was an outlier. Sadly, she ended up being my boss. You know, if she wasn't my boss and she was not great to work with, that would have been fine. Also, like, I've worked with people who are micromanagers who make you feel like you can't do anything right, but they've been nice. Like, they're decent people, they're just horrible to work with. This woman was just horrible all around. That cat wanted a sauna. That cat... I literally was like, when I realized she gave birth, I was like, oh my god, she was outside for like 2 days. What a whore. Hello, ooh, nom nom, I like your name. Hello, hope you're having a good day / evening. And Sturban, hope you're having a good day / evening as well. I did not know there were Girls in Panzer tank model kits. I know the usual tank model kits, but not Girls in Panzer specifically. They make a bunch of them, and I have a bunch of them that I'm going to be building. But yes, here's a... And I have built a few. But here is the one we're doing now. The Panzer II. The Azul. Let's see. Who else I'd missed? The USA exists because they did not want to pay their taxes even though they were taxed 30 times less than Britain. Sounds like America. Let's see. Continuing. Also, you're looking great, by the way. Hello, Vanguard. Also, you're looking great. Are you talking to me? Holy night? Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's warm up here. That's why I have the fan going. I thought we weren't going to be able to stream, by the way. A few hours ago, before I started streaming, it was thunder and lightning really bad. Our lights flickered, and it like shook the house. It was one of those where it was super close. Oh, I don't like thunder and lightning. It's pretty, and sometimes I can stand like on the porch and I'll be okay. For the most part, I get spooked. I'm a child. I don't know what to say. Scared of the dark, scared of storms, scared of the ocean. I'm just a scaredy cat all around. I wonder if there are any companies that ever made a 1-to-1 scale replica of a tank. Probably not. But it would be cool. Probably not. I think that would actually be a bitch to build. Did I already cut the piece off? There are so many of these little things. I'm supposed to make 8 of them. Oh, wait. Oh, there are 8. They gave me extra ones of these pieces. That's why I'm like looking, I'm like, why don't I see any more of these? We can move on. Question for you. Have you ever heard of the rat tank? Yes! Yes, it was a prototype. It never became a thing. It was gigantic. Yes, I have heard of it. I saw a video about it once, a long time ago. Probably when I first started getting into Girls in Panzer. If Potential History, was that his name? If he did assuming that's who I'm thinking it is, if he did a video about it, it was probably his video. I know you've been procrastinating on art, LMAO. I mean, I made it into the stream. Hey, you made it into the stream, and don't worry, Vanguard. I mean, I've had a lot going on, but yeah. Oh my gosh, I made 2 extras completely. Look at that. I'm just an overachiever and don't know how to count, apparently. Oops. Hello, Frederick. Hope you're having a good day / evening. And Phantom Dude, is anyone building Legos right now? Ooh, I would like to build Legos sometime. That'd be fun to do on stream too. They don't make tank Legos, do they? I know Brooklyn Brick, that he's a cool channel. I haven't watched him in a while, but he does the Lego tanks. I think he makes them himself. Nah, it's a Jersey thing? What's the Jersey thing? What's the Jersey thing? I kind of miss consuming giggles. I giggled a lot, I think. I know I ranted a lot. I did not know there... Okay, I already read that. Question is 180 USD for a Dream Tech... Oh, okay. Dream Tech Mika figure unopened box. Unopened, like actually new, that is a good price. That is a good price, yes. Honestly, so that's not a terrible price either way. You'd have to watch my video to figure out how much I paid, because I don't remember. That one tends to go up. You want to hear the weird thing about that one's market price, actually? So, Kay always goes up after market. We know this. She always goes up. Her Dream Tech, I think we talked about it last time, it was like $400, right? Right now, if you were to buy it, used. But Mika, at one point, hers went up into the 400s too. And for a while, it stayed in the 300s. It dropped back down. It's generally less than 200. I'd say more like 150. I might have paid less for that. But 180, especially if it's brand new, definitely a good price. Just, if I were you, I'd look up when it came out. Because, and you'll see this with my new video, once I get it done, I lost all my Adobe stuff. Like, I don't have access to the Adobe softwares anymore. So I have to learn how to finish editing. I got the whole video done in Adobe other than the B-roll. So that will go up Friday or Saturday. I'm going to create a new schedule, by the way, just so you guys know, because I want to start streaming twice a week again, since now I can. But it's probably going to be tonight, so it's probably going to be Mondays and Thursdays. And then on the weekend, probably Saturdays, I will post a video. That's what I'm going to probably end up doing. Because on Tuesdays and Fridays, I get to, instead of being stay-at-home mom, I get to actually work on my series and stuff. My mom is taking my kiddos. Tuesdays, I technically go to her house because I get to help with my niece as well. But, so I can work on my series and the stuff like my artistic endeavors. So it works out me staying up late because I do have to wake up super early to get everybody in the car and everything. We have to leave by 6:15 in the morning, so we have to be all ready to go and in the car to drop my husband off. But it doesn't matter so much if I'm sleep deprived because I'm working on things I enjoy, and that kind of actually works a little better in my experience if my brain's a little loopy when I'm thinking of my series, because I could be more, I don't know, I get more, I was going to say artistic. Because I'm just like, I daydream a lot. So daydreaming when I'm tired seems to be better. I don't know. In my head, it makes sense. Despite what you went through, I'm glad you preserve your original kind of personality. Oh, thank you, Overreactor. Not to sound awful, but I've actually been through worse. So, it's okay. Like, it happened, and it is what it is. I think I took it as a learning experience. I think I got much better from it, It definitely, it reminds you there are people out there in the world, and if anything, I learned not to second guess myself like crazy. This makes me actually have more confidence in the idea that I could actually make my series a thing, because I'm like, you know what? I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't be second guessing myself. I shouldn't be, if I really believe I can do this, by the way, I was moving files and getting everything ready. I'm going to put it all in order, the physical files, tomorrow. But everything I've written stuff, I've been working on this thing since 2017. As much as I could while working and everything and having kids and all this, like, as well as living life. Now that I'm actually going to have time to work on it, like, I have like over 100 sheets actually printed out of scripting and stuff. So I just need to figure out what I haven't written yet, write that up, print that out, start storyboarding, and then start actually drawing the panels. So I'm very excited about it, honestly. And then I'll eventually learn how to animate. And then I'll practice animating Girls and Panzer stuff, and then I'll probably sneak some of my own little animations of my characters in there. I have a whole process in my head that I'm working through. Like, I've got this. Sorry, I thought my wig might have fallen down back there. You just can't see it because of this. Yes. You live in St. Louis. Thunder and lightning are nothing. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's St. Yeah, St. Louis. I don't know where that is. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at geography. But Phantom Dude, do you get tornadoes? It sounds like a tornado place or a hurricane place to me. Who's leaving? I seen good nights. Good night. Light Gravy House. Have a good one. I see everybody saying good night, so you must have said good night. There it is. You have to head to bed. It was great to see someone building a model tank. I am sorry that I am going so slow, but I'm glad I could entertain you with my story, and I hope you have a good night. You just saw my kitten photos moments ago. Yeah, right? They're cute, huh? They're cute little suckers, aren't they? Now you understand why I don't want to get rid of any of them, but I also know, yeah, I said 3 kittens. Having 6 cats is going to be kind of a lot. Me being stay-at-home mom, maybe it's doable, but I gotta think about if I really want to scoop that much cat shit, if I'm gonna be honest. It's school in Tuesday in the Philippines. Oh, well, good luck at school, Angulo. Good luck. I usually call you Y8. I'll call you Angulo tonight. Let's see. Now I'm jealous. I barely see tank model kits in the Philippines, or at least at the shops I see. It's all just Gundam or Warhammer. Hey, Gundam and Warhammer are nice too. But, no, I get them from Japan. I have to ship them in. I haven't seen these in the wild in America either. So, don't feel too bad there. I mean, you can be jealous, but you could buy them too. As long as the proxy service is shipped to the Philippines, that is. But, that is how I get them. I don't think they're very common outside of Japan. Though, I don't know the website, but my dad told me there's a specific website that it's for widows who sell their deceased husband's, like, hobby kits. Because, like, you know, a lot of guys will save up kits to build, and then if they die, the widow doesn't know what to do with it. So there's actually, like, a website where that's what they do, is they buy the stuff from the widows, or they help. I don't know if they help the widows get in contact with people or how it works exactly, but my dad was telling me about it, and that way, like, the wives can get some money from this from people who actually know what these things are worth, because the wives have no clue. So, or the widows have no clue. But I thought that was very interesting. I was like, that's good. I like to see when society works together like that. Do you think they have a model kit of the rat tank? Probably not for girls in Panzer. I wouldn't think so. But, I mean, another place might. Potential history, not make video on Libya. Oh, I don't know what he's made videos on. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff. I've obviously seen the Girls in Panzer stuff. The hugging and the kissing is a Jersey thing. Oh, the kissing on the cheek is a Jersey thing? Brandon? Really? No, I think it's a Jewish thing. We have a lot of Jewish people here in New Jersey. It's a Jewish-Italian thing. We have a lot of both Jewish and Italian people. They're all up in the north and east, that area. That's not where I am from, but we get a lot of New Yorkers who move out to where we are. And there also happens to be a lot of Jewish and Italian New Yorkers. I don't think I actually have to glue this. It moves! It moves like a wheel should! How exciting! Have you heard of Metal Earth kits? I have not heard of that, Phantom Dude. What are they? Like I said, the cat wanted a sauna. The cat, yeah. There are companies that make one-to-one replicas, but they are props for movies. Oh yeah, that makes sense, Omega. 2 streams a week. Let's go. Yeah, I have to figure out exactly what I'm doing if I'm gonna do my old schedule, but just like mush it into twice. Or if I want to do a gaming stream every week, because I might want to do that. Gaming streams are fun, and the setup's not as much. Like, this is kind of a lot to set up, especially since I'm still here now when I game, but I think I might want to do that. We can finish Dream Tank Match, and then we can move on to something else, which is the other thing I want to talk about, which I'll finish getting to all your comments, but I did want to say that I want to hear about you guys, who I know some of you have played that horse game, and you know which one I'm talking about, so go ahead and tell me all about it in the comments, because I kind of want it artistic, autistic, same thing. Yeah, pretty much Holy Night. That's how I feel, at least. That is good that your mother is looking after so many of her grandchildren. Oh, she loves it. She had a really shitty work experience at her past job. She got let go because the company was struggling financially, and they figured we're going to get rid of the head of HR instead of our personal pilot. Because our personal pilot for our personal jets, because we have lots of money. Not that they were all bad people. I actually was pretty good friends with their daughter growing up, because we were the same age. But they decided to do that because they were like, oh, they're making the same amount of money. Well, we're just going to get rid of HR then. That's not important to a company. So she had a really shitty work experience there. They filed for bankruptcy. It's all good. It was a sinking ship anyways. But so she is lucky enough, my dad makes enough that she was able to take a short break, and now she actually works for a place where she gets to deliver food to elderly people who can't go out and get it. So she doesn't make a lot of money, but she gets to do that a few times a week because she just wants to kind of help people. She wants to do something that she feels is meaningful. So, are you ever going to do YouTube as a full-time job? I guess YouTube kind of is my full-time job now. It's going to be YouTube and working on my series, Quakers. That's it's kind of what it is at this point, which is awesome, and I'm super excited. I'm here for it. I am super excited. What are you thinking of using for animation software? Honestly, Omega, I haven't looked into it yet because, first of all, I'm not willing to pay the money for it right now, like, because I need to get, I don't have anything, and my tablet, one tablet I did have, my Surface, you can't use the touchscreen anymore because it got all destroyed. But that Surface has been alive since 2014, so I am just happy that it still works. It is my main computer. I mean, this computer's great too, but this computer's old too. This is probably like, probably like 2017? No, before that. I had this before I moved out of my parents' house. Ooh, yeah. So we're going to say 2016 for the computer that I'm currently streaming on, which I built with my dad. But, yes. Let's see. Oh wait, I totally missed, I know I saw French. Hold on, where are you? Did I not see more French? Did I completely miss the French? Maxie, did I miss one of your comments? I feel like I missed one. Oh, there you are. Je suis heureux que tu... I don't know that word. Ace? Plus de temps pour être créatif. Yes, so you are happy, well no, happy is, no, yes, you are happy that now I have time for my creative stuff. Yes, that is my poorly English translation. But yes. Oh my gosh. Aussi. No, je is I. So moi. Me too. Is it just me aussi? Moi aussi? How would you say that? I know aussi is also. 2 streams a week, let's see. Yeah. Oh, I got kicked back up here on the chat. Hold on. What are you thinking of using for animation? Hello, Sandman. Hope you're having a good day/evening. Lots of tornadoes. Oh. How does it, like, so Phantom Dude, is it just like you're just kind of used to it? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could ever get used to living in a place that had tornadoes. I've never been near tornadoes, so I was very excited when we had a earthquake. And we get, like, flooding. Like, this week it's supposed to rain all week, so we're gonna get, like, some flooding, but nothing too bad, probably. I live on a mountain, so I'm not too worried about it, but Manville, the place that I used to live, used to flood real bad. The Walmart manager canoed to the Walmart the one time, and a few years after we moved out of there, it flooded, and then the house, not the house that we lived in, but a house on, like, the street over, exploded. It was, like, in the water, and it exploded. I don't know what exploded on it. It's not obviously a good thing. Did I glue this in the wrong spot? I swear to God I did, didn't I? Oh my, no, that's in the right spot. Oh, I didn't glue other things. What? I'm slacking here. That's not where that's supposed to be. What am I doing? That's missing that little piece. My voice is starting to go, though. You hear it? I talk too much. But I enjoy it. You all seem entertained. Yeah. Uma Musume. Uma Musume. I remember Uma because Uma means horse, and I only know that because I tried to learn Japanese at one point and I didn't get very far, but I remembered Uma was a horse because Uma Thurman looks like a horse. She's a horse face. Not as bad as that lady from Mamma Mia, though. Which might be rude to say, but that's how I remembered it. Would you consider doing grand strategy games? Is that a type of game or a game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Have you ever considered doing wargaming with your collection? I've never done any sort of... You mean like You mean like tabletop, right? I have never done any tabletop ever, anything ever, and I would love to. That is really nice to hear that they do that for the widows, right? Where I live, it's Hungarian/German. Oh. Oh. My brain didn't compute at all what you said for a good moment there, and I was like, but I thought you were from America. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Brandon. Yes. Yes. You are. They are metal sheet kits, Phantom Dude, that you make a model from. Oh, yes. Yes, I do know what those are. I don't think I've ever built one of those. I certainly didn't do one for a tank. I feel like I might have done one for something else. But I'm not sure. Like, where do you go? In case you guys want to see. I'm doing this thing right here. Right here. Oh, what the hell? Was I supposed to do something else to this first? What is that? F1? Get out of here. I was supposed to put something else in you first. Stop. I'm not paying attention. What am I doing? There's a lot of F1s. Okay. Horses! Yes, horses! No, that game. Oh, man. Yeah, I keep seeing ads for it. I mean, I had seen the figures a while back, but I guess it just came to the West. Is that what happened? And then now a lot of people are playing it. Is that what's going on? Not gonna lie, I get keeping the pilot. LOL. Oh my god. Oh, horses are the best. I was a fan since the first PV, and now I'm glad that people love Horse Girls. The game is way hard, but it has cute girls and it's really chill. Oh, cool. I know you do tank models, but have you ever done a Lego tank model that you can buy from some companies, or have you thought of the idea? I did not know that was an option, and I would totally be down to do that. I like building Legos. I don't often do it, but I do quite enjoy it when I do. It's easier than this, theoretically. Okay, so maybe... So this goes in here. Oh yeah, this is why there's so many pieces. Like, as if this little piece here matters. You're all gonna be like, that does matter. It's incredibly important. I just assume I'm gonna have to glue this because I don't see anywhere saying I shouldn't. I'm sorry, I'm not under the magnifying glass again. I wish there was a way you guys could just yell at me when I do that. That probably works out better since she would have gotten severance package. Yes. She did get a severance package rather than nothing from the company going belly up. Yes, exactly. It worked out well. And it was a really bad working environment too. She needed to get out of there. Alright, now you need to come apart because I did that. You know, I'm just going to make all these wheels. And then we will deal with everything else. Because obviously I can't deal with multiple things at once. So we need one step at a time. All those pieces go over there. All these wheels go over here. And then we'll make the inside of the wheels too. There we go. And these can just go over here. Because we have to make a bajillion of them. Maybe not a bajillion. You know what I might do, actually? Instead of switching, like, stream to stream to stream, like, I'll still do gaming because it doesn't matter. I can actually... Now I'm thinking about it. If I do it this way, I could leave this setup up. I might just, like, do... Hey, we're gonna build this tank, and like each stream we're building the tank, and then once we're done building the tank, I might do a few art streams, and then after that I'll do like some figure customization. We'll like work on one project at a time, unless I get really sick of that, in which case I won't do that. That's why I haven't like posted anything about a new schedule, because I'm like, not really sure. Oh, goodbye, Angulo. Hope you're having a good, hope you have a good day at school. Ra Umama Musmi mentioned Hashire. I'm guessing that's one of the horse girls. Oh my goodness. Let's Scroll back up, scroll back up. Oh my gosh. Oh, everyone's talking. Whoa, see me too. Thank you. Thank you, Maxine. Wow, see. I guess she answered the question for me Wednesday and Saturday like the old times. Oh, no, sorry, Petunia. If you're talking about the 2 streams, it'll most likely be Mondays and Thursdays. And then new videos will go up on Saturdays. But I'm not posting that until I know I can do that schedule. Let me get used to this whole not working thing and making sure I can do it. But that should be the easiest way for me to make it work. You have not played that horse game. You've lost interest in mobile games. Is it a mobile game? Oh, my phone's not going to be able to deal with it. I wasn't sure. That is hilarious that he just canoed to work. He did. Well, he had to go check on everything, and there was no power, so he just canoed to the work. But yeah, so he was dedicated, I guess. Campaign, make Girls and Panzer as popular as Horse Girl. That'd be cool, but I don't think we could do it. See, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the people who do things on tanks have to do that. Like, the anime community, I don't know. They have so many other anime to watch. The way you're going to get more fans, I think, is going for the people. Like, if you're talking marketing strategy, you got to market to the people who like tanks. Because they're the people who I feel like are more fans of this rather than the people who like anime. Mind you, I think any anime fan would enjoy it. I mean, obviously, I quite enjoyed it, but I think that there's a lot of people who are going to immediately be like, what is that? And like not give it a chance, especially when there's so many anime out there that they might want to watch instead. That's my guess. Yes, tabletop-like games. They need more Girls and Panzer games. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. But I probably wouldn't be able to plan on anything at this point. I realized, so the Switch 2 is out, PlayStation 5 is out. I don't have any new gen, like next gen. Or, yeah, I guess that's now the next gen, right? Next gen consoles. So, I'm like, yeah. I mean, I got the PC. But even my PC being as old as it is, I'm like, I don't know how long this thing's going to be able to play new games on it. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Tabletop and video games attack the D point. Especially mobile Girls and Panzer games. Lots of Hungarians moved to Ohio after coming to America. That is very interesting. Why? Why though? I don't know. I don't know enough about Ohio. I've been there like maybe twice as a kid. But we're not too far, depending on what side of Ohio you live on. I mean, Pennsylvania's kind of a big state. But I'm right there next to PA, so next to Pennsylvania. Which, by the way, there's a character in my series who's kind of a cowboy, and I told my husband, I was like, it's gonna take every ounce of my, like, every fiber of my being not to make him from Pennsylvania, because I feel like anyone who's, first of all, not American, but second of all, like, doesn't know where Pennsylvania is on the map, doesn't know that we call it that. I don't know if that's just a Jersey thing. What about you? Brandon, do you know that nickname for Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania? Do you guys say that over there? If War Thunder and Girls and Panzer collaborated, which I highly doubt, I would lose my mind. Well, World of Tanks collaborates with Girls and Panzer. You get ads for Uma, since I have only seen it talked about on Discord. Oh my god! It's everywhere on my YouTube. Yeah! It's all over the place. I'm getting recommended shorts for it, too. And I didn't, like... it just happened. All of a sudden I started getting ads for it, and now I'm getting the shorts for it, and now I've clicked the short, so now I'm doomed. You know how that goes. But, yes, the global release of Uma was a few weeks ago, so that's why. Do you have any tips for plastic model building? No, Pappy Tinker, sadly, is not in the chat tonight, but he is much more skilled and knowledgeable than me. I just kind of go with the flow. My recommendation is, if you haven't done this before, just chill out and do it. Do whatever is going to make you chill. Listen to some music, listen to a podcast. You're not doing it, like, I know you might be doing it for the end product, but ultimately, it's the process that you should be enjoying. Like, you shouldn't be stressed out about it. This is meant to be relaxing. It's just something fun to do. And it is relaxing. It's something to do with your hands. It's like, afterwards, you get to feel like you made something. And that's like, you know, it's cool. It's cool. Just to, you know, take your time, don't rush. I like to do it while talking to you guys. I talked before about how, like, it really helped me kind of get over the nerves of live streaming and everything. And I was kind of using it to distract me in a way, but it also, I'm one of, like, as I said, the whole Puritan work ethic thing. I kind of felt like I needed an excuse to do my hobby. I needed to make it worth it, which is just my little brain being a little bit special. So for me, it was like, oh, if I share this with you guys, and it does make it more enjoyable. I really like streaming tank building, so those are my recommendations. They're not really helpful for the actual building process, but that's what I got for you. I know a good company that sells them. Oh, you do, Kane? If you have any, if you get the idea to do one or want to do one, the metal ones, I'd be cool with that. Or the metal ones or the Legos? Wait, which one did you recommend? I'm getting confused. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hearing Meeporin say attack the D point and Erica say never would be peak War Thunder if it happened. Yes, War Thunder Girls and Panzer. Speaking of horse girls, Ascendant Fiction just streamed today playing that game. Look at that. So he's playing it. Wait. Yeah. Oh, Ascendant Fiction. Dude, okay. Actually, I thought of him the other day. Because that dude's in shape. I don't know if you saw his little, what was it? Was it April Fool's Day? Where he dressed up as Anchovy and did a bunch of, like, physical things in a gym. And I was like, oh, I want to do that, but in the Maho cosplay and not in a gym, because I've never stepped foot in a gym in my life, and I'm not looking to change that. But, so, the convention I'm going to is in 8 weeks, and I still want to wear a bikini, and I ain't ready to do that. So, I don't know if you guys know who Chloe Ting is, but she's like the super, like, ripped Asian girl, and I was like, I'm going to do her workout. Holy crap! So I'm on day 3. It's a 14-week shred. If you see people's befores and afters, it's insane. Not that they get abs in 2 weeks, but it's incredible to see the changes it makes. And I understand why, because now after doing this workout, today's day 4. It's a rest day. That's why I was like, oh, I could stream and everything. It is so intense, and I'm like, I hope this works. And if I can get it to work, I'm going to be so proud of myself. And I thought of Ascendant Fiction because he's in shape. And I remember I commented on his thing. I was like, oh my god, I'd love to do this, but as Maho, but I would make a fool of myself because I'm so out of shape. And he said it would be better for the content. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But I will be making a video once I get in shape. Also, just a fun little video, kind of off topic, but I did lose weight and stuff for cosplay, so I've lost 20 pounds this year. I can do this. I would like to lose another 15, or at least get, like, toned is the idea, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I say that, but I'm gonna make it happen. I'm doing the 2-week shred, and then I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna see, and it's gonna be insane. I better have abs. I've never had abs in my life. Oh my gosh, hello Prometheus, child! I haven't seen you in forever! How are you doing? Oh my gosh, I hope you're having a good day/evening. Oh my gosh, and I'm so sorry I'm behind on chat to the point where I am, that I have only just seen you now. I was thinking of you the other day too. I was like, I haven't seen her in forever. I'm like, I was thinking of, I was like, I should check out her channel and see if she posted anything, because I didn't get any, usually I get notifications if you post. But I haven't gotten any, so I'm like, I gotta go check her out. But how have you been? It's been so long. I hope everything's going good. Let's see what else. If only the wind blows to the snail headquarters. Oh, you guys are talking about idea. Girls and Panzer fight for the school. The schools are the nations they represent. I do not. You guys are now talking about games. I do not know. It's just called Girls and Panzer. Found it. Oh, look at the horsies. Look at the horsies in the chat. The game is also available on Steam. Oh, I say I could play it on Steam. I agree, since I have found oh my gosh. I agree, since I have found that much more tourist side of Girls and Panzer is from the anime side, not the tank side. Yeah. I agree. Like, they're gonna, I mean, it's cool if they can get into tank stuff, but yeah, I definitely see that. But the Japanese girls in Panzer community love horses too. Most of the girls in Panzer fans like Yuru Camp, Uma Matsume. Most of them are Musume. Oh my god! Most of them are chill animes. Maybe the Western community is more focused on war stuff? Oh, maybe. Well, so the whole thing is the blending of two communities. So that's what happened. I think, first of all, there's a point with the horse girls where it's like, oh my god, they're like horse girls. And people who don't know anime, I think, are like, oh my god, horse girls. Like, they think it's a weird concept. Like, this hasn't been done. The personification of things. Like great examples. Like, Azure Lane exists of, hey, we're going to make this boat into a girl now. Why? Because we can. So I think that there's that aspect where people are like, oh my gosh, like, horse girls, this is so crazy. And then you have, I think, people who like horses because they're based on real horses, just like Girls in Panzer gets people who aren't into anime to watch it because they like tanks. I think you have the same kind of concept going on. So you're blending different communities, so that's why it's like everywhere right now, I feel like. I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I see. I saw it in the Discord too, at some point. I saw something about a horse girl at some point on the Discord. I probably saw it, said it out loud, and then my phone was listening and was like, yes, we will give her ads for that. Can't wait to watch Moto Love Desu and Dasa 4 dub soon. Oh yeah, when are they coming out? Did we figure out when that stuff is coming out? Did I just forget when that stuff is coming out? Probably forgot when it's coming out with everything else going on. I would take it as a joke that Americans do not know geography even. Oh my gosh, where did it go? I would take that as a joke that Americans do not know geography, even their own. LOL. Oh yeah, if it's Pennsylvania. That's good. I think I'm gonna keep it. Because it also kind of makes it like, dude, you're not a real cowboy. You're from Pennsylvania. I think it's funny. I like it. I'm gonna keep it in my series. It's a fun little nod. I've never heard of Pennsylvania, LMAO. That is, this is from a Texan, by the way. Yeah! I live near the capital of Ohio, which is in the center part of Ohio. Okay. Hello, Mr. Gibbs. How are things? They are fantastic. I hope you're having a good day/evening. Yes, Pennsylvania is what us New Jerseyans call Pennsylvania, which is rich coming from me because I'm on the Pennsylvania side of New Jersey. So it's very similar. It's just very... It's not... If you go really deep into Pennsylvania, though, it's a lot more rural, we'll say, than New Jersey. So we call it Pennsyltucky because it's like a joke of like, oh yeah, it's Pennsylvania, but really it's like Kentucky. Not that I've ever been to Kentucky, but it is a real saying here in New Jersey that we will call them Pennsyltucky. Pennsyltucky. I love Pennsylvania, though. I say it with love. Get a starter kit and a basic tool set. Oh, okay. You're teaching Finn to do it. Okay, Lego from Kane. Gotcha. You do Putone of Lego. A Puton, I assume you're saying, of Lego tank models from an amazing company. Okay, I would be interested. If you are in the Discord, feel free to DM me in there, and I will go ahead and look into that. My brain's gonna have to work for half a second. Hold on. Okay, no, there's another wheel over here. I see another wheel. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm missing something? It's on another sheet. Of course. As a native Pennsylvanian, I have never heard of Pennsyltucky. Only thing I've ever heard of is Transylvania and the dumb pencil jokes. What are the pencil jokes? Oh, Quakers, now I gotta know, what's the pencil jokes? If you do metal earth kits, please wear gloves or you can cut. Oh. I will wear gloves then, if I must, to do those. Which tells me that whatever one I did was not a legit one, because I do not remember having to wear gloves. I do not remember. I definitely built a metal model kit, but it wasn't like it was like one for kids, I guess, probably. What's your thought on the Moto Love Desu? I have not seen the Moto Love Desu trailer. I did not know. I don't like the release strategy, I know that much, but I have not seen it. Who eats horse meat? Maxie, can you confirm? I heard a rumor that the French do, but I don't want to tell everybody that. I can't believe she is 39. Who's 39, Omega? Who? Who is 39? Well, I'm glad to hear you're working out, and I wish you the best of luck. Settle. Is Chloe Ting's 39? Wait, is that what you're talking about? That's insane. She looks amazing. I am jealous. I'm glad to hear you're working at it. Satellite hit a roadblock in my workout journey. I am curious where you found your workout routine from. So Chloe Ting does a 2-week shred. I knew about her, never tried it. Then I saw other people's testimony. Really, I saw someone who was in about the same shape as me doing it and dying and decided I should do that. Also because I am so close to the con date and I want to do that Maho bikini cosplay really bad. So, and everything hurts right now, so I must have done something right. Except not really, because, so she says during the workout that you're supposed to tighten your core, and I don't know how to do that. So I just try the workout and assume I'm tightening my core, because she says you're going to hurt yourself otherwise. I'm like, well, I've been pain all over because this workout's hard. So, I don't know if I'd be able to tell. But yes, Mr. Gibbs, I don't like that they're releasing Moto Love Desu, like, movie-esque. But maybe I'll get over it. I don't know. Yeah, it came out a few days ago. Okay, well, when I stream on Thursday, because I will definitely be streaming on Thursday, I just don't know what I'm going to be doing. Probably playing games. I will have watched it before then. So, there you go. December 2025 to April 2026. Awesome. Release dates. Okay, wait, hold on. Release dates 4 chapters. December 26th. Oh, they're going to do it. Okay. At least that they're not too far apart. Okay, Mr. Gibbs. I might be more okay with that. I thought there was going to be a long way in between them, and I was like, that's stupid. Hello, Lynx. Hope you're having a good day/evening. How is it that I brought up the trailer? Nobody talked about it, but when Mr. Gibbs brings it up, everyone talks about it. I mentioned, I said I didn't see it. I said, did that come out? I didn't see that. I did. I did respond to you. Go back. What is that? Rewind. Pause the image. Enhance. You do find it funny how you say cowboys can only be from certain states. Since our version of cowboys, we call them stockmen, can be from any state since we consider it a job/lifestyle. That might just be a me thing. Is that just a me thing? Hold on. Wait, we have a Texan in the chat. All of you answer. Can cowboys be from any state? I guess you could. I just never... Huh. I think I just put an arbitrary rule on what cowboys are and are not. Alright, well... I want to hear your guys' thoughts now. Can cowboys be from any... No, I did not see the trailer. Oh my gosh, I feel like I failed you all. I will watch it. I'm going to stream again on Thursday. I will have watched it by then. And I will give you my thoughts then. I feel so behind the times, man. Lots have been going on, Lynx. I quit my job. It's a good thing. Good thing I quit my job. We just went through a whole thing. If you want to hear about that story, I'm not going through it again. You can watch the stream from the beginning. Well, I can tell the cat story whenever, but the job was a long rant. It's alright. Chloe Ting, since I checked her channel. Yeah, okay, so she is, wow. She looks good, right? Back up. You know the name at least of the company? Okay. Certains Français Mangeant de la... I'm probably pronouncing things horribly. I'm sorry. My voice and my brain are shot. Viande de cheval, which I know is horses, i.e. horse meat. Okay, so certain places of France do eat horses. There you go, Petunia. Maxi confirmed. Certain places do eat horses. Interesting. Very interesting. Is Chloe Tread the correct name for her, since I might want to look into her workout routine? Chloe Ting. Omega put her name up a few messages before you. I just have one question. Can men do it as well? Absolutely, men can do it as well. She just happens to be a woman. But I've seen men doing it as well. You can actually watch people trying her workouts and seeing what it does for them. And I would say the majority of people who do it are women, but it works out for anybody. It is insane what she does. Like, I think what's insane is she doesn't break a sweat. I'm like sweating my ass off, and I don't, like, work out, so I was like, ew. Ew. But I felt like I was doing something, so it worked out, huh? Well, if they are all like Das Finale length, I feel like a lot of content for Girls in Panzer in a short period of time. Now to decide if I should read it before it comes out, lol, I don't think so. At this point, I don't even know if I'm going to finish reading it, honestly. I might just have them as, you know, collectibles, which is kind of what I have, because I would read them online. But again, I got my series to work on. I got things I want to do. I do have the cosplay to finish too. I was going to paint myself blue. I had decided I was going to paint myself blue. Use the blue. It looks too dark, so I'm not going to paint myself blue anymore. But the wig, I took it off the thing. It's not done yet, but holy crap, it looks so good. And I made the sweater, which I think you guys saw already. So yeah, it's pretty great. Personnellement, je n'aime pas la viande de cheval. So you don't like horse meat? Oh wait, you know. Yeah, so you've had it, you just don't like it? Okay. I'd ask what it tasted like, but I also don't eat meat, really. Not that not by like, oh, I'm a vegetarian. I just happen to not really like meat. I eat chickens and some fish, and that's it. And very particular about that, too. But, I'm talking about everyone that is talking about it. Oh, okay. No, okay, I gotta pick up a hot take. Attack the D point. I don't know what that means, Phantom Dude. I don't think it's a big deal. Since you were saying he was not a real cowboy since he was Pennsylvania, yeah. So now, any news when Das Finale 5 comes out? You guys are gonna know better than me at this point. Apparently I'm behind on the times. I don't know the news. I don't know the Girls in Panzer news at this point. I say cowboys is the lifestyle / certain people. I think anyone can be a cowboy. I don't think it's tied down to a certain region of the globe. Well, southern Texas, where I'm from, has the vaqueros? Mainly Hispanic cattle drivers, but yeah, cowboys are mainly from the western half of the United States to Midwest. See, and I always thought southern too, but again, I'm from the north. What do I know about that part of the U.S.? Geography again? What? But that's funny that Omega, you see it as like a joke, the Pennsyltucky comment. So that works out. He's officially from Pennsyltucky, and whether you take him being a cowboy as a joke or not all depends on if you follow my stupid little way of thinking of cowboys. It's perfect. It's great. I love him. His name. You want to know his name? You want to know his name? It's a cute name. Well, they call him by his last name because his first name's kind of funny. I made little like spin-off things for my thing, kind of like the Moto Love Jessu, right? I made little spin-off things for my series because I think of these really cute little silly ideas as well. But his name is January because I thought it'd be cool. There was a pattern going on and then I ditched the pattern, so his name is January Lynch, but he goes by Jan. Well, he really goes by Lynch. January Lynch, because I thought that would be cool. But, let's see, any news on, okay, I died, yep, or is it not released yet? Honestly, I think anyone can be a cowboy as long as they look the part. It's all about aesthetics from Mr. Gibbs. OMG, wow, you're so pretty. I'm watching Ruby with friends right now, but just wanted to drop by to say hi. Hello, Bread Yolk Studios. Hello, and thank you so much. That's so kind. Thank you. And have fun watching Ruby. I've never actually watched it, but I do know what it is. So, thank you. And I hope you have a good day / evening. Spoo Gamer, attention to the designated grid square. Oh, yes, you're right. Attention to the designated grid square. Keep making the tank. I'm almost done to be, not done with the tank, but done for the night. So, but I was hoping I could get more of the. I just did that thinking I needed these. Why am I doing things? Oh wait, I do need these. No, I don't. Yes, I do. They're most likely going to give me extra pieces. At least the extra pieces I accidentally cut off don't look like each other, so I'll be able to do it. Wait, you were making a series? Oh my gosh, Mr. Gibbs doesn't know! Yes! And since I quit my job, I can now work on it. I have, like, so much of it done, and now I can finally, like, finalize it. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Now I just kind of want to show you guys stuff about that. To be fair, I'm not doing very well. I just popped more pieces off that I don't need. And it is also 11:30. So let me know. Do you guys want me real quickly to show you some of my series stuff that I have? You guys want to see any of it? Can't promise that any of... Oh, can't... Wait. I'm promising things I might not be able to deliver. I don't know if I can open the door with my current setup. I could try. The camera might freeze, which actually, it's not that big a deal. I could, though. Let me know. Let me know if you want, or else I'll talk about it on another stream, which is totally fine, too. But, yay. Yes, I am making a series. It is called Human Error. And it will be a manga at some point. Sure? Alright. Whoa, that's wild. I hope it goes well. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'm excited. Yes, sure. Okay, let me go. Grab it. I'll be right back. Ignore myself. I'll be right there. I just hit the computer. We are lucky it didn't go. The camera's gonna freeze, more than likely. Oh, or not. It didn't freeze. Wow. Okay, that's different. I'll be right back. I'll grab it. Yeah, so I have, like, binders for each part. There's going to be 3 parts, and then there's going to be spin-off. Let me see if I can get the camera and everything back where it needs to be. About it. Oh, it froze. It froze. Okay. You guys might not be able to hear me. I don't know which camera is picking up the sound. Hee hee. Let's see. Let's see if I can fix the camera. I know I can fix it. Give me 1 second. I just gotta find it. Alright, it's that one. It just needs a little... There we go. Okay. Attack the D-point affirmative. Holy schmickers. Is it... Oh, is that the 1945 Godzilla poster? I don't know. Is it from 1945? How would I know that? Would it say on it? I can't... Jesus Christ. I'm gonna fall over. It's copyright 1956. So, I mean, it could be a reprint. I'm not totally sure. That's when my uncle got my brother, and then it eventually became mine. So, anywho, yes, we're gonna take a break from the take. We will pick this back up maybe next stream, unless I'm, playing games next stream. But, my series. So, I'm just gonna show you some concept art of some characters. Some of them might change a little bit, but Dr. Consuming, I'm getting a Choshiki, which means stethoscope in Japanese. The color is a stethoscope? Oh, the color is Windsor blue, as well as a hand towel, all bought on eBay. Nice! Very cool. Okay, crap. Not 1945, I meant 54. Anime time, yes. Wait, what are you saying? And I opened this wrong. Camera. INB for the series gets adapted into and before the series gets adapted into an anime. Dude, I'd love it to be adapted into an anime. That would be fantastic. It would be so cool. Consuming unemployment, literally, though. Alright, who shall I show you? Who would be fun to show you first? Oh, okay. So, I'll show you one of my favorite ones that I drew. Admittedly, she's in part 3, so you won't see her for a while, but that's okay. Here we go. My series is very dark. I've mentioned this before, but peak content. Here you go. We demand art. There is one art. Can it focus? You know what? Here, take that. Take that. Here. That's peak enough. Well, her name is Hurricos. She's a cyborg girl. You want to see something? I made an illustrator of her. It's pretty neat. Oh wait, how stuck are you in here? It's like special paper, so it got stuck in the page protector. That's something I made computer-wise in Adobe Illustrator. So you can see her whole body concept design. Will it all be black and white or in color? It will be, well, the the manga will be in color, but the manga will be in black and white. But the characters, I have color designs for the characters. So, there's Hurikos. What's the premise of the story, or is that a secret? So, the premise of the story, it's a good part of it. I'm gonna say the majority of it's a secret, but she's hitting the boogie. What? She's got cybernetic eyes. But yeah. So the premise is it's about the Illuminati. But I'll probably not call it that. But it's basically the Illuminati. What tank does she drive? I was thinking, so last time I mentioned that I was making a series, it was brought up of, so are you going to include a tank in the series? And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can make that work. And I think I will be able to put a Russian tank, but just like in the background, just for you guys. But yes, what tank does she drive? So, I could go for some random schemes right now. Would you be using your own name or a pen name? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Yes, consuming unemployment. She looks like a P-1000 rat girl. I was thinking of putting the T-34 as the little little tank Easter egg in the back. Just fun. You know, I should draw her in a prop outfit actually, because she, yeah. Oh, Illuminati, je suis excitée pour votre manga. Oh, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Je suis très excitée. Fair? Can I just say that? Can I say to do it? Hold on, my grammar's getting screwed up. Hold on a second. Play the X-Files theme. Yeah. I could see her as a KMM member. Who else shall I show? I can give you absolutely no information on this character, but I can show him. Her French files are loading. It's hard. English is hard. Give her a moment, chat. I can't play the X-Files theme. I don't know how to do things on stream at a moment's notice. Oh my goodness. I can show you this guy, but I gotta find another picture of him. Oh, actually I can't show you the other picture of him because it's spoilers. This design might change slightly. This is Elias. I can give you absolutely no information on him. Here. There you go. This one I drew a long time ago. His design will probably change a little bit, but she is clearly Anzio, chat. Oh wait, did you guys ask me that? Yeah. J'aime Mulder et Scully. J'aime Mulder et Scully. La vérité c'est à l'heure. Vérité et à l'heure. Big sleeves. Oh yeah, big sleeves. Big sleeves. I can't tell you anything about him. Actually, wait, I could there we go. I guess I could say, can I show any of these pictures? Did I draw anywhere it's not spoiling things? And we can do this. I meant to cut this, actually. I'm cutting this right now. Hold on. This was going to be a bigger piece of artwork, and I'm just going to cut it right now because I had just kind of kept those. This is also part 3. I guess I draw a lot of part 3 characters, which is fine. Here you go. Here's a cute girl. Her name's Linnea. Can you focus, camera? Camera! Here she is. Nice Linnea. Boop. Join the party. Okay, cool. What school is the guy from? They're not from schools. This is the Illuminati. Cutie. You wanna? So this. I can show you a design that's gonna change. This is the main character for the first part. So there you go. It's actually the first part, not the third part. The camera hates the drawings. It really does. When do we get the consuming the manga? We get the consuming the manga once I finish it. Here you go. Her design will change slightly. It'll look a little cuter, honestly, but this was concept art kind of thingy. There you go. Her name's Maud. She is from the first part. She's our kind of main character. In the first part, there is not a whole bunch of it's not really one of those there's not like a main character that you follow throughout the whole thing. We need to read it for real. Oh, I'm so excited you guys like it. All right. Want a part 2 character? I can give you 2 part 2 characters actually. And by 2 I mean 3 because this actually has more than one person on it. We got I'll start with this one. Not all of the boys look like girls, but this is a boy. Just for the record, they don't all look like this. This is, his name is Jez, it's short for Jezebel, and there's a reason. Once the series is a thing, you'll understand. And here you go. I've posted this picture before. This is Pulse and Lapis from part 2. Admittedly, Lapis is probably going to be a little bit... Twins? Clones. There are twins also in my series, but I don't think I have them drawn over here. Yeah. I do have storyboarding. Do I have the storyboards in here? Oh, you want to see? I'm trying to make covers because I have binders for them all. I made a little Hurricane doodle at the bottom of my part 3 part. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to throw her over there. She says it's a boy. My reactions are sure. Are you sure about that? Yeah, for Jez. I know. They give off Sonder vibes. They are American. Well, okay. Well, these 2 are clones, so they don't really count. He's American. I can't tell you anything about him. I can't. She's difficult to explain. This one's Russian. Linnea's Russian. Maud is probably going to be American. But, here, let's see. Can I show you any of these? I could flip. No, I can't. Never mind. There's stuff on here that I can't. I have to cross some stuff off. But I have really rough panels here. Oh, we could still, wait, I can show you Scorch. Aw, Scorch is... Here you go. Here's Scorch. Another cutie. Another cutie. What else we got? What else we got that I can show? Yeah, I can do... I think that might be... Here you go. Here's a boy who actually looks like a boy. Design, probably gonna change. This is actually one of the twins. Design will probably change. He's supposed to be very cyberpunk looking. Which ones are not American, LOL? So, you want me to list off character names? Now I'm just like, I'll tell you about my series. I'm so excited about this. I'll list off character names if you want. Elsa's Lost Twan. I was gonna make a really mean joke, but I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, never mind. She looks like Rapunzel. Second boy who also looks like Mika. Second boy also looks like Mika? Which one looks like Mika? Love the braided hair. You can guys. Why? LOL. You can guys. LOL. Wait, what? Is your series gonna be better than Pixar movies? Oh my god, it's gonna be a lot darker than Pixar movies, but yeah, I hope so. Say the joke. What's the joke? Wait, what's the joke? Oh, the joke. Elsa's. You said Elsa's. Hello, Prometheus child. I missed you before. I said it, but I think you already disappeared. But I hope you're doing well. I'm not just talking about my series, but I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. And I need to check. I don't know if you posted anything. I haven't been getting notifications. I was saying that. I was like, I just thought of you the other day. I was like, I gotta check and see if she's posted anything. How long have you been working on it? At least from 2017. I've been working on it on my own. But I haven't had time to actually sit and work on it. Second guy that you showed us. So this is the first was Ilias. Jezebel. If I was going to make a series, would Most would be Australian. Well, so I can't explain this, but this one might end up having an Australian accent, but not being Australian, and there's a reason for that. But I love the braided hair. You can guess why, LOL. Fixed it up. You love the braided hair? How long have you been working on it? Second guy that you showed us, so that's... Sorry, I had to dip. Oh no, you're good, you're good. You're totally good. I'm sorry, I was so behind on chat. I had told a huge story, because I quit my job. So, yeah, I'm gonna start doing this stuff. It's a whole big, massive story. So I'm not gonna re-say it, but it was in the beginning. They were so pretty, thank you. So these are all my original characters from my series that I'm working on, Human Error. I'm super excited about it. But it's about in the simplest terms possible, the Illuminati, but probably not called that. And these are all characters from different parts. Not saying that they don't meet each other, but they're introduced in different parts. So, those two are one. These are all three, and this is two over here. So yes, they are all Kmart employees. Yes, your standard Kmart employees. That's it. First we error, then we human error. How do we pre-order Human Error Collector's Edition? Dude, it's actually crazy to think if like this becomes a thing, but you guys seem to be interested in it, so it makes me happy because it makes me feel like it's actually, you want to be a voice actor with no experience. Goodbye, Kane. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, I'm gonna be logging off soon too, but we could be potential voice actors in case of anime adaptation. Oh wow, job free is the way to be, ideally. Yeah, honestly, it was bad. My manager was a micromanager and I was basically quiet fired, so it was not good. But I am like so much happier now, and my husband got a new job that he can support us, so I can be stay-at-home mom. At least I didn't spill my tea. But anyways, yes, I can be a stay-at-home mom. And also work on my series because my mom's still gonna help out watching the girls when I would have been at work. So it works out really well. Yay! And remember, JD Bricks is the company. JD Bricks. I have sticky notes and a pen. JD Bricks. Writing that down right now. JD Bricks. Look at that. Beautiful. Really bad handwriting. That's not how I usually write. I promise. Do you have a name for the black large drop ship that carries tanks? What? Is that meant for me? Do it for free? Maybe I'll have to do some more. I think Mothra, the queen of the monsters, is your favorite. I do like Mothra. I like Gigan too. You seem a lot happier. You've got so much more energy. Oh. Thank you, Mr. Gibbs. Happy it's all working out. It is. Yeah, so I have binders of each part. So my goal is to write up each part, so that way I have it written. It doesn't have to be the best written thing because I'm going to be drawing it. So I'm not like going in depth of, like, the scene is there, but I don't have to describe like, oh, and the place they were in was blah 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 blah. Because when I'm reading things, like, I understand you're supposed to visualize it. It just is so many words, and I can't write like that. So, yay! Such a good life update. Yes, it is good, and we have 3 kittens unexpectedly. So it's all good all around. So tomorrow I get to, when I would have been working remotely, now that I'm not working, I get to work on this all day. So I'm super excited. Do you upload your drawings on Instagram? I should put them somewhere probably, huh? Your favorite Jet Jaguar's your favorite Spoo Gamer. Nice, and have a good night. Very good. You're gonna leave. All right, Phantom Dude. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. I think I'm probably gonna leave too. Let me know so I can follow you and support your art. All right, Lynx. I'll have to figure out, like, I'll have to set it up and everything because I do want to post these somewhere. I do. I want to post these online and get this get the ball rolling, kind of get people seeing it, so there can be some more. I guess support and stuff, and make sure there's, like, you guys seem interested. Anyone I have told about it in my life seems interested. So again, though, I will, fair warning, it is dark. I grew up with very dark media. It is dark. Because I know that there are going to be people who are going to be like, what the hell is happening? And, like, it's meant to be. I would love to see that. Des clones, cyberpunk, et des clones, Australian, stream, mystérieux, et creatives. Je veux lire human error. You are all the cyberpunk clones and Australian clones. Mysteriously creative. I will read human error. Thank you, Maxie. I am glad you will read it. You can make a French translation for me. I'll hire you for that if it, once this becomes a thing. Once we get it to that, no worries. You just created. I did create. I'm so happy. Nah, hello. YACPSP. I have no idea how to say your name. Sorry, but yes, I draw big ladies beautiful. What? French mode overload. Can't be worse than TK work of Girls with Pets. You know what? Yeah, no, I don't think I'm on that level. Don't think it's on that level. No, that's pretty hard to beat, I think. Do not mention DK. Okay, anyways, on that lovely note, progress pics and stuff would be neat to see online. It's how Has-Been got his fandom before it came out. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what, Has-Been, and then even like Psycho Cuties and stuff like that, like, they were posting art way before it became like thing. So I think I want to do that and kind of get the ball really rolling here and get support and people interested. So what's TK chat? I wouldn't recommend looking it up, Spook Gamer. I wouldn't recommend looking it up. Stay innocent. Yeah, exactly. It's we're gonna call it a fan fiction. It's a fan fiction. Is human error darker than Yuki? No, I don't think so. I haven't read all of Yuki IK, but from what I know and what I've read, no, I don't believe so. The curiosity is killing me. Oh, I'm glad. Well, wait, no. The curiosity for TK, not for me. Never mind. I am not glad. You look it up. That's what I actually, to Abraham's TikTok, I actually recommend that if people don't know what it is, they just look it up on Google Images or whatever with the safe search off. They'll learn really quick without reading it that they're not interested. So that's just that's my opinion on it. I mean, you could always read the beginning, but if you like Girls in Panzer and you really like the characters and you don't want to see horrible things happen to them, you probably shouldn't read it. I would love to see a doctor with the name consuming or a K-Meyer. There is a doctor-esque character scientist. There's two scientists. There's a machinist named Amper, and there's I call him a machinist. He worked on Hercos here with Scorch. So Amper. He also worked on Linnea. That's all part 3 though. And then the Doctor-esque character is named Ember. He is Scorch's father. What are you gonna make for your another video this weekend? Should be the Girls in Panzer's bikini unboxing, because it should be up. I already forgot this PTS. You've read it. Oh, Spook Gamer, there you go. We unlocked a horrible memory. Well, you guys are not mentioning the other horrible Girls in Panzer. You guess you could. My bad, gang, for telling you. It's okay. Time to sleep. I agree. Time for all of us to go to bed. I'm glad you are interested in this. I will be working on it every week. So I will have some more artwork for you guys. My goal is to figure out what parts I need to still script and then figure out who I still need to draw. So that way I have concepts of each one and get everybody finalized. So anyways, I hope you all have a good one. I'll see you all next time. I should be streaming on Thursday. So look out for me making a community post Thursday telling you all that I'm streaming. And I will figure out what I'm doing by then. So the Anzio swimsuits, yes. Oh my god, Carpaccio is disgusting, Omega. Disgustingly sticky. I thought, like, in the video, when I edited it, I was like, oh, maybe, like, she's not really... No, she is sticky. She is now, like, getting fuzzy. It is disgusting. I don't know what's wrong with it. Anyways, I hope you all have a good one, and I will see you all next time. Bye!